on, talk about my stuff, and hop off. I got so much to do still.
And that was a good opening statement for this night's show, Tim.
Hi, everybody.
We are live.
Cooper.
All right.
How do I get back to it?
Cool. I feel so squished.
Cooper. Oh, I got it.
We are streaming live. I just see it right there.
We are live now. Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of the 13th Dimension. We are on night 2 talking about Waverly Hills, and we have a completely different group of people than what we had last night. I don't know how the arrangement is on the screen, but on my screen I've got Scott and Ayden right next to me. Then on the other side we have Don Kelch.
Hi.
Then in the middle screen we have Chrissy.
Hi.
And Joe. Then we also have Tim Kohler, who is being licked by his dog. And then Carolyn, who's hiding somewhere back there. And then we also have they didn't investigate with us, but they were hosts on the live panel investigation show on the first night, Howard and Sydney.
Salam.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Girl.
Hey. You gonna say hey? You gonna say something? Say something.
No.
Okay.
Sassiness.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
I'm good.
You ready to go over what we went through back there?
Yeah.
Of course.
No, Tim?
Not
Tim,
Tim.
we are going to start with you. Okay.
I'm good with that.
So last year you had the opportunity to go to Waverly. Unfortunately, you weren't able to do that due to family emergency. But for years, you and I have been talking about this place.
Oh, yeah.
And you finally got to go, and on your first time there, back-to-back nights. So describe to me what was going through your mind. What were you feeling when you finally started going up to that building and seeing how big it is?
Well, I mean, for me, I was like really full of energy. I guess I was kind of like a kid in a candy store when I first got there.
Why are you blocked?
You know, come about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, I was starting to slow down a little bit. Considering I only had like an hour and 45 minutes sleep the entire night before we went.
Actually, it's called old age.
Okay,
So that grade.
Yeah.
So that grade.
Probably the oldest one in here, so I can't talk, but yeah. That's it. Why'd you have all that gray? That's what I don't understand. Why are you so gray, man?
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
All my teenagers.
Look. I had kids do it. Look, no gray, and I don't use that grease and stuff. It's all natural, gray. All natural.
You have different genetics, Howard. Different genetics.
There it is.
He's got a different something, all right. I'll tell you that.
It's the Cajun. It's the Cajun.
Howard, it's the beignets. The beignets keep your hair.
I snort that dust. I'm like a crack addict or a coke addict. I just make lines of that stuff, and I just hit it. I hit it hard too.
Why do I believe that, Howard?
It's actually good because it gets in the back of your throat, and you can actually taste it days later.
Oh wow!
True story.
Days later.
That sounds like some of the hot stuff that
it's pure powdered sugar.
On the back of the throat, aren't we?
It's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm telling you.
But
call that the drip, Howard. The drip.
No, don't, man. Look, this is a family show.
Try to keep it but it was good, Tim, to finally get you out there after all of these years.
Yeah, it was amazing. We had an absolute blast. We loved it. We're ready to go back.
I'm ready to go back here next year. We will be going back next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just give me a date this time. I mean, last time I didn't even remember the date. I don't know why, but
because you're old.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm senile. I am. I think I got dementia.
Start writing it down, Howard.
I go to the toilet, and I come out, and I got to go again, and I'll do that 2 or 3 times. I will. I think that's signs of dementia.
I think my favorite video that has come out of Waverly is Ayden. Ayden is definitely my favorite video.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
jumping.
Yeah,
You got to talk during this. This is all you. This is not me.
That was a good one.
those were some high quality ninja movements.
They were.
Oh man, I so want to show that video right now, but actually, you might be.
You should be able to share it. You should be able to share it.
Well, I'll need to find the video first too.
Ayden gets the
Unless,
most
Scotty, you have
entertaining.
it on the laptop.
Dude, it was great.
It was.
But going back to Waverly, I mean, since I was there for 2 nights with y'all, from start to finish, and with Tim, he was in that. I forgot. I think his name was William.
Yeah.
Him and his
Yeah,
dog,
the homeless man.
and the connection they were actually making. I think it would have been great if he would have sat in that room by himself with him and talked to him, and would have kept. I think it would have captured more doing it that way, as one military man to another military man.
Well, I did have an experience with that. While we were on the live, if you noticed, all of a sudden I just disappeared from the live completely. And it was because it felt like somebody like just beat me across the back of my head. My head felt like it was going to explode. And I started feeling nauseous. I started getting sick. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get out and go outside and get some fresh air. And that's when I sat down and talked to Ernie, and Ernie's like, yeah, well, I mean, he was killed with a hammer in the back of the head. So, you know,
I was going to ask you that. Where was Crystal at this time?
Crystal and Jeremy had gone to get batteries for the phone, a battery and a dog whistle. And when they got back, I just handed the whole rig to Crystal and took off.
Are you sure she went down there? Are you sure because she could have snuck you, buddy. Come up right behind you and just clobbered you. You wouldn't even know it. Because isn't that signs of a concussion? Isn't that signs of a concussion? The nausea, the headache, and everything else after you go. Because maybe that's what she was feeling. He was feeling.
She does know that. She does know how much my life insurance policy is. So.
Crystal, that's a lot of beignets, girl. That's a lot of beignets. I'm just saying.
But what you guys don't know, when Crystal and I left to go get the batteries while we were going down that hall, we were kind of being chased by bats down that hallway because we had to scrunch down and basically run like we were little Oompa Loompas all the way down the hallway to avoid those bats from hitting us.
And when you stirring them up, every time you blew that whistle?
I don't think I had blown the whistle by that point. I don't think I have. Do you remember, Tim?
You hadn't blown it at that point. You were going to get it.
Yes, that's right. I was going to get it. I remember that.
This was shortly after nightfall too, so really the bats were just starting to really move and become active. That's when they're the most active.
Yeah. But
Everybody was asking where John was.
Spending time in that one room, that was really something else. Getting the results that we had behind the elevator. That was of all the times that I've been there, that was really the first time I actually went back behind there and stayed.
The other place where I got really great results from the spirit box was up on the 5th floor, out in the wing by where that swing set was, the remnants of the old swing set.
Right. Yeah.
And we set the spirit box up there, and it was Crystal and I with Gage, Amanda's boy.
Okay.
And we were getting a lot of words they can't say on radio coming through there. So that kind of helped out. But it was like there was so many people trying to speak at once at that point in time. It was actually kind of hard to understand. But every once in a while, you get the occasional just F it.
Right.
Oh,
So I know they can't say that word on radio.
why?
So
This is
that
the
word's
third-
a $10,000 fine on the radio.
You would know.
They'd had to find me first.
That's right.
Howard, they would have no problem finding you.
Oh, they would.
If I was to do something like that, they'd be like, "Oh man, he's coming on the radio. Good God, here we go.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for this."
I'm going to be on the radio at the end of this month. Two radio stations. Actually, so
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna test it out.
You go right on ahead,
Don't do
Howard.
that,
and let me know
Howard.
How that goes.
No, I'm doing that for the foundation, so I can't use that kind of.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not only that, but professional radio stations have normally a 5-second delay, and they've got this little button. So as soon as you say it, they push that little button.
Yeah.
And it goes beep.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a
Other
Pitre dish,
dog.
there would be a lot of beeping. It would just be one long beep from beginning to end.
You wouldn't know what was said.
Yep.
Say, welcome to Pitre dish, and thank y'all for watching the show.
And then it would just be one long beat after that to the rest of the show.
That's why R2D2 is the most offensive character ever, because everything he says is beep.
That's a
A
good
lot of
joke.
profanity coming out that little fella.
So maybe that's why Star Wars is referred to as the dirtiest franchise there ever was.
That's right.
They had incest. They had everything in that movie. Everything.
George Lucas's attorney's going to be calling you.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Dawn.
Hey guys, I'm gonna
get in there.
real quick, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I am going to hop off of here because we have so many preparations left to do tonight.
Okay.
So lots of cooking. So,
Yeah.
Mike, if you listen, you can probably hear knife chops behind me.
I've been doing a lot of stuff in the background.
Yeah, those are knife chops. The ladies are in there chopping up onion.
Better not make them look
She's
sick
really thinking
tonight,
about
Tim.
you right now.
They got all the knives.
Long and deep thoughts about
Thanks.
Tim.
Thanks for jumping on, brother. And if you need any help, call Jamie.
Well, actually, I was getting ready to say, Tim, I'll give you a call shortly after the show's over tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably run over since we ran a little bit late going live.
Okay. Not sure what that was.
It was that knife. Trying
No,
to hit you.
it was a cat knocking something around.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Yep, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you
Bye,
guys.
Crystal.
Love everybody.
Talk to
Bye.
you
Have a good
Bye,
night.
Tim. Bye, Crystal.
Can you figure it out? Okay.
baby.
No, he's still in there.
1 down, 5 to go.
Yeah. Okay, Dawn.
Yes.
So how was it for you guys? I know that it was kind of back and forth there for a little bit, whether if you were going to be able to go or not, and you finally were able to go.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you when you finally got up to Waverly and saw the building and everything?
It was surreal. Used to see that place on all the shows, and it was amazing. I remember watching the shows and I'd be like, I'll never be able to go there. And then all of a sudden I'm in a car or truck driving up this long driveway, and then we go around the corner, and then I see a little bit of the building, and then I see more of the building, and then more of the building, and then it's just huge. And the shows don't do it any justice at all. That place is just humongous. And it was amazing. and it almost, being a complete and total, fan of the paranormal, and then be actually having the chance to be there and with all of you guys, and with, extremely well, practiced and very popular paranormal investigators, and to shadow you guys and follow you guys around, it was amazing. We were there for what, 12 hours, and it felt like 2. It was just amazing.
Actually, I think we were the first ones that actually met. Me and you, Dawn. I think we started talking about that, and I was trying to get you where we was talking about trying to get you set up doing a podcast at one point.
Yeah. Actually, I had first contacted Jeremy, and then when I first decided to come back into the paranormal community, and then I contacted Jeremy, and then Jeremy gave me your name, and I contacted, yeah, and I contacted you, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
So just Jeremy just throwing my name out there like that, right? I got you.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
Howard, I'm giving this email to everybody. Let's see, the New Orleans Police Department,
Water and Sewage Department. Yeah, I got them all.
Water
They on
Department,
speed dial.
definitely a perfect candidate for a mascot for Roto-Rooter.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Look, I'm ready. Look at that little plunger ready right there. Ready. Take care of business. That's for the small jobs.
And Dawn, I know you and I wanted to get somewhere and investigate together, and unfortunately, it just did not happen that way. So next year, if you come with us, we'll make it a point.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I was
You say that all the time, Jeremy.
I know, I hear
Oh,
it.
so sorry.
No, and I love you. Nice hair.
Oh, I wanted to say something. By the way, there was this is nothing to do with the Waverly, and this is something serious I had to talk about. She's watched a lot of shows like Dawn was doing. Dawn follows a lot of our shows on Pond Network, and I had someone that lives here locally, well, in the next town over. She was a big advocate of our shows. She would come on and she would talk, and I think she's like just seeing everybody in the Pun family. She would just go and check everybody out. And she was trying to get into the paranormal investigations, and I talked to her about it. And then she decided, well, she just couldn't do it. And anyway, she passed away about a week ago. So, and she passed away. She had congenital heart failure. So we lost somebody. I'd say it was in the Pun family. So I just wanted to pass that along to y'all.
That's sad. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Condolences and prayers to her
She
family.
was fun. Yeah. She was like I said, she followed everybody. She followed the 13th Dimension. She followed both the shows I do. She followed she was talk to me about the Spectral Sailor and Michael and Jan in the Morning. Oh, she loved that show. That was her crack right there. I mean, but yeah, I found out her sister contacted me actually and told me about it. So it was a big hit for our family. I mean, not just the Pun family in general. So I just wanted to make sure, especially people who think that we're not watching, who's coming in and making comments. We are watching comments. We are reading your comments. And there's patterns where you see people that constantly coming in on these shows, and they're just continuously doing that. And we recognize a good example. Sydney right here. Sydney, she watches just about every show that's out there. And then she, and she got personal a couple of times, calling me an ass and everything. And I mean,
No.
Right?
you had. I was doing that investigation at that
Claire, I
college.
was
You
not
called me
talking
an
about
ass. So I said, yeah, okay, I got you. Like, boom.
Staying out of it.
She
You'll
called
never let
me
me live that down.
she called me an angry midget one time. I was so hurt.
Angry
I'm
midget.
like, yeah, I know, right? Like, I'm not angry.
It's just not
They're not-
angry midget.
They're not
Angry
called
is
midgets,
Tupac.
by the way, either. They're little people.
Whatever.
They're little people.
Hey,
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
But I still love you, Sydney. I still love you.
Love you
And
too.
like I said, she's matter of fact, she went on the Waverly investigate. Well, she not the Waverly. She was a guest on a guest host, and she came on for a little while and helped us out. So, like I said, we do watch our fans and our followers. So, just throwing that out there for y'all.
Oh, since we are on that subject, let's move on to Sydney. And what you
AKA Rogue.
what you watched
Sorry.
both shows?
Okay.
You've been on the panel for a little while.
What did you say? Sorry, what?
You watched both nights and you were on the panel for a little while. So what would you think of everything?
I wish I was there. Honestly, like it was really sad that I found out last minute. I would have totally been there, but there's always next year, right?
I know you kind of made me promise that you'd be the first one to know.
Yeah. But no, I was so excited for all of y'all. I was like a week before, I was like, are y'all ready? Are you ready to get there? Like I was everybody's hype man for that. So I was super excited for y'all. But like actually like watching you tour the first night and being a host with Howard and Greg, it was
She
really
did a great job too for her first time doing it for us like that. She did a really awesome job. Alex Ortega doesn't seem to think so though. I mean, he's already
What
said.
did he say? I
don't
can't
think
see the
I'm
comment.
allowed- He says, I don't think
he
I'm
said-
allowed to say the things that she calls me.
That's for another show, okay? We're not talking about that right now.
You can type it, just can't say it.
All right, Joe.
Uh-oh. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you're in trouble now. What was going through your mind when you came up to Waverly?
It was like a fantasy come true. I'm fairly new to investigating, but I had back-to-back nights with the Pun, All-Star Families, and then Things and Spirit Seekers and the other teams. But that place was huge. I should have spent more time with you guys, but I ran off and forgot about everything else because there's so much to see and explore there. So many places, and every place you go, there's something going on. It may not be with me, but in the same area, somebody else had an experience. You know, I had a lot of my experiences down in like the staging room where we were all at, where the caskets were. There was a lot of activity there.
It was surreal.
It was crazy how much activity was there. Heard voices. Me and Phoenix Jansen were talking, and we thought the tour group was coming by because we heard all these voices talking, and then we heard a bell. And then she leaned over and looked at me and goes, "Did you hear that?" And I, at the same time, I said the voices, and she said the bell, because we both heard the same thing, but there was nobody around. Clear as day, you know, and the cat toys lying up there, and then the way the Spirit Girls chased John, and when we were doing that little session there with Nick and Adrian Hart, I mean, it's just a cool place, but it's so big you might not see nobody. As many people as there. There was times I spent an hour or hour and a half alone without seeing or hearing anybody. But it's a cool place. I really like it. I was blessed to be invited for both nights, and it's an amazing place. I thoroughly enjoyed myself and the people. You know, the pre-barbecue before the night with Bart was awesome. That food was magnificent. but laughing and just the people make it. Yeah, it's an active place, but if you went there with a bunch of grumpy asses, you wouldn't have a good time. But we barbecue, we dance, listen to music, guitar playing, laughing in the common rooms, at Waverly, walking around hearing the history from Ernie Pack, from Pac-Man Paranormal. I mean, it's just all good people, all positive.
Yeah, that's what John was saying. John, man, he was basically with you and Bart the whole time.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it was. I on one hand, I'm sad because I didn't take the time to learn more stuff, running with the people with the experience, because I was so overwhelmed and so excited about going there. It just blew me away, and I got lost in it. I got lost in the excitement, but there was always something going on with somebody. Phoenix got scratched. The Spirit Girls rotation, John. Corey got those pictures of
Be careful what you're doing.
them entities. I mean, everybody got something there. So it was just fun, a blast, but a lot of walking. That's the biggest thing.
I had to get a scooter, man.
You will be in shape afterwards.
I'd have to get a scooter.
Oh, dude, you're one of them stand-up things you see the LA cops cruising in. That's what you need for that place.
The segways.
Yeah, segways.
I keep telling people you need to warm up your calves and your thighs before you go there, because they will be burning by the.
Oh yeah. It was
That's what I'm talking
tight.
about.
It was very good.
The only way I could tell that was you, Joe. I said, "Who's that guy? Who's that guy?" And I'm looking, and your name is right on your shirt, right on the side of your arm. And I said, "No, that's Joe. That's Joe." Yeah, now I know who that is. Now I know who that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just don't get a chance to talk that much, Howard. You guys talk more with Elsa because of the jewelry design that she does. But I watch the Pitre dish and stuff. I watch, the shows. I'm more like one-on-one kind of person, but there is a lot of great shows, and of course, the Pun Network is everything, but it's the people that make it simple.
Yeah, John just said, I remember when Joe and I were sitting in the first floor morgue using a multi-spectrum GoPro as a DVR system. We were getting all kind of sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I just was reviewing that evidence again, and I'm watching myself on his laptop screen.
That's weird.
And you could see 3 things. There was no bugs, no dust on the screen, but shooting behind me in a streak, all on a diagonal, 3 in a row. Poof. And a lot of the videos that we captured down there in the morgue, there was always something moving around in the air, but it was not dust particles. Slim Jim. I call it orbs, but I just say entity. There was something different there. A lot of communication went on there with John. He's a magnet for that stuff. It was fun. But
John is an amazing investigator, man. And
all you guys are, but some people I think are draw them in more. And he's had a couple of near-death experiences like other people have, and they come to him. I don't get a lot of action yet, and I've been to very well-known places, not just Waverly, and it's been very subtle things. Right now, it's more auditory, and nothing I can catch on a recorder. I hear it or I smell it. I don't catch things. And I know everybody goes to take pictures like outside because the face is coming out or curiosity. I don't get that. But I got a lot of auditory stuff from Waverly.
It's a lot of EVPs, right?
Yes. And everything that was recorded in the morgue, It's got stuff flying around in there, and you can look at it, and it's circular, and it's not bugs. It's not your typical dust. It wasn't rainy. You know, nothing was kicking up through there because everybody else would have got that same on their recordings, you know, on their videos, and nobody did.
Somebody was looking for Carolyn Maynard.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I went on the tour, but I didn't pay attention because I was too busy going, ooh, look.
He said, John also said, dude, to remember the body shoot? I have those,
Yeah.
I have some of those on recorders.
Oh, yeah, the body shoot was cool. I was up on top, and when it was done, the sensor alarms, they came from Be Paranormal, but those REM pods that they make went off, and nobody was near it. It was me and Rosie were up there, but there's just so much. It doesn't matter where you go. I didn't try going to the bottom because I have a hard time walking, and I wasn't going to get stuck there forever. But there's, you know, was it Holly and her team were doing a musical box, and me and John were up there. I think it was the 3rd floor, and John got responses, but then I started getting nauseous and feeling sick to my stomach. And when I asked if it was the entity that was making the music go, it went off at that question, and then it stopped right away, just enough to let you know, you know. And then when I walked away from there, I felt okay, but I felt sick to my stomach there. That was the only time I felt that way. So,
He also says he said he got so cold down there that the first time he went down there, he saw his breath. And he actually had it on video where he was actually blowing his breath. We seen that last night with John. So it
he's
was.
got good equipment for recording all that. You could see the temperature drop on the gauge. You could feel the cold chill. Like I said, that morgue, I call it the staging area for us, was extremely active. And it's just, you know, being new, it's really overwhelming. The people, the way the hotels treated us good. The people that you investigate are good. Uh-oh.
John's got so much going on. You might want to, Jeremy, think about bringing John in, because he's saying a lot. And him and Joe work together so they can actually collaborate each other's stories on that.
Oh yeah. What John shows and what he says, yeah, I was around a lot. He did his own thing too, but in that morgue and then the 3rd floor with the music box.
Because he's also he was talking about Bart, and there, you know, it's a lot of stuff he's talking about.
Oh, he's probably talking when it was Adrian and Bart and Nick Moulet and him and me, and they put out all the equipment on the floor, and John would ask it a question to the girls' spirits, and the REM pod would go off, and then Bart's REM pod would go off at the same time. And then the K2 meter was going off, and you know, then the temperature would change, and it happened when they would ask the question, "Hey, do you like John?" Well, Jeremy came walking by there, and they're like, "Do you think Jeremy's good looking?" Nothing. I said, "They like his hair, don't you?" And the REM pod went nuts. So yeah, there was a lot of that. I got some of that on film too.
Do y'all have the older style REM pods, or you have the newer one?
It was both.
I don't know. It's the round. I just know it was Nick's or John's. It was the round one with it straight into B.
Right. Because I mean, they updated it since. I mean, one I have now.
Oh,
actually,
okay. That's probably old style.
Also temperature fluctuations. Also, it'll pick up temperature.
No, I didn't have that, but Nick had some kind of little black box. It looked like a K2. It was kind of shaped long like that, but it was like sensitive to something. I don't know. I don't know all the equipment because I don't get a chance to use it. I don't have it yet. But the REM pods would go off, and then the REM pod would still continue, and Bart would say, isn't that enough? Would you please stop? And it'd go dead. Instantly, as soon as he asked nicely, he would stop instantly. And if it started up, he would just say, come on, not yet, please stop. And it would stop on, right on cue. It was crazy.
Wow.
So that's probably what John's talking about. We were asking all those questions down there, and we were all down there. That was really cool. So it's just
Sydney, you need to get your child a haircut. That's ridiculous. You don't get that haircut.
Leave her alone.
Oh, it's a her. Okay.
Everyone thinks it's a boy.
Well, your daughter needs a haircut.
Word.
Or a perm or something.
it's got a perm. But
Joe, your cat is so chill.
Huh?
Your cat is so chill.
Yeah.
Dawn, you okay
don't
over there?
know her.
Yeah, I got a headache.
She's a beast and a nightmare when she's hungry or wants something from you. She'll
That
claw
face-
you, and then she gently claws you, and then she goes until she draws blood, and she nags and nags. But I love her.
She's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
John
her.
says that you need to get her a mullet.
My
Okay.
dog?
Yeah,
Yes. I do it.
a reverse mullet, I think.
Reverse bullet.
Yeah.
Chrissy,
Hmm.
was this your first time going, or have you been there before?
No, I had never been to Waverly.
You
This
had
was
ne-
my
okay.
first experience there.
Because I know that some of your teammates had been there before, and I couldn't remember if
Just Dina and Amanda, and I want to say that it was 2017 when they were there, so it had been several years since they had been there.
Okay, so I'm sure that over the years you have heard the stories from them about Waverly and how big it was, right?
How big? Yes, but everybody that knows me, when there's places on my bucket list, don't tell me about it because I want to go in fresh. I don't want to know.
Right.
So I tell them, don't tell me the stories.
Was
But-
it everything you were expecting?
It was actually more than I was expecting. When they said it was huge, I had no idea. Until we were driving up that lane, and then I
Right.
saw just how massive the building was. And not only that, I mean, from the moment we got to the hotel, I mean, we had experiences at the hotel. We had a little girl that was in our room. We had a guy that was in the hallway. Which I didn't even prepare for this, but I have pictures of shadow figures and silhouettes that were in our hotel room. Yeah. So, I mean, the experience in and of itself, just being there was really overwhelming at times. Because there's a lot going on in that building, inside and out. And for me, and not only with the spirits and everything that was there, feeling everybody else that was investigating and their emotions proved difficult at times. So I took a lot of breaks and I went outside a lot. Scott can even tell you he had a rough time at one point, and I just grabbed a hold of him and hugged him to help calm his nerve because he was just so overwhelmed. But I mean, it was a good experience. We had an experience in, I think it was the operating room. It was me, Dina, Amanda's mom, Carol, Corey. It was all of us. We were in there and we were using an EDI, and Amanda connected to, we think it was the nurse and the surgeon. We never did get complete clarity on that, but Amanda, whoever it was, told Amanda to lay down. Amanda did lay down. And she basically started convulsing and shaking on the ground. Carol at that point went over to her and basically lined up with her feet and was talking to the spirit. and Corey and I came on both sides of Carol, and she basically told whatever it was that was overtaking Amanda to get out. And I wish she was on. She said her internet froze up, but it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense for us. In fact, after that occurred, I think Carol went downstairs and she didn't go back up with us for probably about an hour. But it was intense.
Yes.
Did everybody go quiet?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm here. I had to. Your dog's
Hear
on
that
here.
story, Chrissy.
Yeah, you just
So,
stopped so suddenly there,
I
Chrissy.
knew about Corey's pictures, but that other stuff, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. It was really intense. It was, like I said, it drained Carol.
Man, how did she feel like after you guys walked away from that? I mean, I'm new, so I don't know these things.
Like I said, so she was pretty drained. She went downstairs. We went outside for about 15 minutes to kind of disconnect. Then when we came back inside, I think she was started talking to Bart, honestly, because Corey and the rest of my team went back up to the 3rd floor at that point. But Carol stayed down to help ground herself. But it was intense. And for Carol, and I hate speaking for her, I wish she was on here, but for her, this was her first real experience with other investigators. She's always been able to connect and always had experiences and empathic abilities, but she's never been accepted. It was always taboo for her. And so to experience this was a great event for her. For me too, because I got to share it with her and explain to her that, because she came from a generation where you didn't talk about it, you didn't explain it, what you were seeing wasn't real. So to be around all of us who we all believe, we all know it's there, we all know it exists, that was just great for her. And, you know, affirming everything she had seen and experienced her whole life since she was a kid. She did say that she had been able to pull things from other people, but never with paranormal investigation teams. This is just something she had done on a personal level, you know, with friends and or you know, people that she knew that were having problems. But so beyond that, like the death tunnel for me, I got about halfway down and I just had this sudden rush of I shouldn't be there. So when intuition tells me I shouldn't be there, I leave.
Well, that's why we got it.
On that, did it feel like something was about to rush you?
It did. It did. And like I said, I was about halfway down and I was fine until I got about halfway. And then I just felt like I was being bombarded with somebody or something or a group of something. And I was like, I gotta go. And I left everybody there. Carol had already left. She was there just for a few moments. And she said that she saw shadows behind Corey and felt that it was dark in nature, not demonic, but dark.
Right.
So she left because she was already drained from the earlier issue. But I just felt rushed and I felt like I shouldn't be there. So I left the team, and I think Scott Smith was with us then too. And Tammy, they were down there with us when that happened. And I think, so when I left, Gage followed me, just to make sure I was okay. And once I got out of that section, once I rounded that corner and got out of what I call the tunnel section, I was fine. I only went back once later that night, and I only took one step down, and I felt that same air and rush and heaviness, and I didn't go any further. And everybody kept saying, you need to go to the bottom. You need to go to the bottom. Nope. Nope. I didn't do it. And maybe when I go again, if I don't feel that way, I'll go all the way down. But I felt too rushed. So I didn't go.
I was feeling the same thing. Last year in March, I went down into the tunnel. I went down there by myself, and I made it about halfway down, and I lasted maybe 15 minutes. I felt like from the moment I stepped into that tunnel, something was trying to rush at me, and I had to get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Holly and I felt that way in the lobby.
Really?
We avoided that lobby like there was, there
Really?
was no way.
Where the coffins were?
No, the lobby.
Upstairs, second floor?
Yeah, the lobby.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
The actual first front door of the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I know where, okay.
Yeah.
We avoided that area like, there was no way we were going to go there.
Yeah.
And we both, if you look at the picture that we took when we were on the tour, that's the only time we were, unless we went there on accident, because the place is so big, we got lost. And then it was just like darting right through. But when we're on the tour, we're both sitting in the chairs, the two chairs that were there, and we're both looking in the same area. We're both drawn that way. And I hated that. And my mother always told me when I, anywhere I go, if there's something that tells you don't go there, don't go there.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you got out of that tunnel when something told you to go, because that always pay attention to your gut instinct.
Oh, I do.
My gut instinct told me, do not go in that lobby. So I got out of that lobby, and Holly was feeling the exact same way.
Oh, I'd be in a heartbeat.
It goes
Oh,
back to
I
what
had
was
to go.
saying.
I had to go.
Everybody had different experiences. I spent 2 hours down there by myself till Mark showed up, and I was okay. Later on, you guys go down there, and you can sense something ain't right.
Well, and I mean, they can move throughout the building. They're not stuck to one section. So it could have very well been that they were in another section.
Exactly.
Or they just didn't feel threatened by you. Sometimes they present to some investigators and not others.
Okay.
I mean, we've literally been on investigations where Amanda and I can see and hear everything, and the rest of the team is looking at us going, what are you looking at? Or what are you hearing? So we have to tell them. It's just all part of how it works.
Okay.
So don't think that because you didn't feel it, that it wasn't there, Joe, because it could have been there, Joe. It just didn't interact with you.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it just didn't.
No, that's fine. Like I said, this is all a huge learning phase.
Yeah.
It was an honor to be asked to join the investigation team back to back at Waverly. How many people get to do that? And then all you good people. I was probably more caught up in that moment than really trying to even notice, because I don't have the experience to go in and just, oh, this is nice. It's cool. Let's go look at this. Let's go do this. Where I'm like, oh my God, look. They could have tapped me on the shoulder, and I probably wouldn't even noticed.
It was so overwhelming.
Yeah, it was. It was more than worth.
Jeremy, I think we need about 5 days at Waverly.
I love to spend a week.
I have been saying this for the last few weeks now, that I think I'm going to have to rent out the building for a whole week.
Yeah.
And just bring people in.
Well, and think about it. So if you planned it out and you mapped it out and you sectioned it off, and basically quadrants, I think I think you could probably get more evidence, honestly.
You
Not
wouldn't
that we
noisy
didn't get
then.
evidence, because we all got different evidence. We all got different experiences.
Yeah.
You know, some of us saw things, heard things, felt things, you know, got recordings, EVPs, whatever. But I think if you organized it and put it in quadrants, I think you would probably have bigger reaction from the spirits that are there. That's just my
That's a
thought.
good idea.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I definitely do want to try to get that place for more than just 2 days.
Yeah.
But-
Because there's so much to cover.
Yes.
I'd like to check out the pump house. I mean, they renovated it so you could stay there, but how active could that be? If the room with all the coffins was that active, with everybody coming in and out and all the noise and equipment, that place could be very active too. You could do an investigation in there while you're sleeping.
I'm just saying, I'm not sleeping in the bunkhouse with a bunch of people. No offense, Joe, but no.
Yeah, you is.
That's when you get your freak on in a bunkhouse. That's when the freaky stuff happens.
No, Howard. I'm staying at the hotel. Joe can stay in the bunkhouse.
Stay in the bunkhouse.
It can kind of spill over onto your hotel. I mean, it can happen. I'm not going to say it won't.
Now, the thing is, if you do get the pump houses for the night, then you can go out there and take a nap if you need to, and then come back.
Well, everybody was sleeping in the room with the coffins, so nobody needed the pump house.
Well, this is true. They had that one lounge chair there. John slept there. Bart slept there. I think
Carol slept there.
Were the coffins sealed, or could you open them up?
They were
No,
sealed.
you couldn't open them up. No.
And we were asked not to mess with it. You know,
Funny story about Bart, guys. So he tells me we're going up to the 3rd floor. He's like, Chrissy, come find me and I want to investigate with you. And I'm like, okay, cool, buddy. So I come back down to the main floor and they say, oh, well, he's up on the 2nd floor. He's on that main hallway. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll find him. So I go in and Corey's right behind me. And I'm like, Corey, is that him sitting there in the chair? And he's like, I think so. So Corey goes up and Bart is sleeping. The equipment is going off all around him and he's sleeping through it. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, Corey, take a picture of that. So we got a picture of Bart sleeping with I think it was motion sensors going off around him. It was the funniest thing ever. But yeah, he slept right through it. He was sitting there and equipment going off, and yeah, he didn't even.
Long days out there, that's for sure. It's long.
And it drains
days.
you. It drains you. I mean, you really have to. For me, I have to break. I have to take a break. I have to disconnect because there's so much going on.
Yep.
I can't just stay in there constantly just to sit in the room with just the coffins. I can't. I couldn't just sit in there. I couldn't disconnect.
520,000 square foot's a different story.
I know. I'm fat and out of shape. Yeah. I know. I told them to install an elevator, Joe.
Times, walking through, going up to the 5th floor, going on the 3rd floor, going to the lobby, to the chute.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Now you got to get you one of them scooters. You go up and down. You can go all through there with that little scooter. Oh hell, I'll be the Fat and the Furious.
Listen, I'm not carrying that scooter up the stairs, Howard.
The first night when we investigated, this kid right here had me go up and down that death tunnel 3 times.
Oh,
not one, not 2, 3 times.
Just on was trying to get that life insurance.
Just
policy.
on the first night, and we did it again the second night.
Wow. I
I
had only gone down to the bottom of that tunnel 4 times over the 2 nights, and I thought that was a lot.
Yeah, we did it 3 times the first night, dude.
How many times did John say he did it, Jeremy?
God, you must have been dying.
John lived in there. He must have lived in there. And that
Right.
Me and Ayden were down there. I think the first night me and Ayden were down there, and we heard somebody coming down. I believe it was John that came down with and sat down there with us. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yep.
You got anything to say about that?
No, I know the second night, said it sounded like there was footsteps when we were going back up.
Yeah, there was. You, me, and Jason.
What got me was like, from what I'm being told, that Scott, he's a realist. He likes it has to happen. He has to see it to believe it. You know, you can go tell him the experiences and everything else, but he has to actually experience it. And when he was at Waverly towards the end of that, the second night's investigation, I guess he finally felt it. He finally seen it for himself, because something attacked him, and he was outside and he was trying to ground himself, and he got sick because of something that reached a hold of him.
Well, it was just weird because that was the only room I really wanted to investigate. I didn't get to do it the first night. So then the second night, me, Ayden, and Jason went in there, and I heard somebody coming in. I'm like, man, there's somebody coming in, and it was actually Jeremy and John, and you guys were doing a live with Howard, and you ended up going out and doing something. Like we were doing an EVP session, and then John left. So I'm trying to talk to these guys.
Oh,
No. And that was right, because John and Jason wasn't feeling good. They started feeling really weird. I'm like, okay, well, and Howard's like, hey, ask this and ask that. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And Ayden's like, Dad, I just want to heard something behind us. So all I did was get up and look around behind us to see if there was something there. And I can't remember the name that it said, but you told me to ask it when I sat back down. As soon as I asked that, and like my whole demeanor changed. Like it felt like
you could see it. You could see it.
Dude, like I wanted to throw up. I was not feeling right. My head was hurting. And that's very odd for me because I'm, like you said, I'm very grounded. I'm closed off time.
Sorry.
He's got something to say. He was there. But as for hosts, I mean, we wasn't there physically, but we were actually there. Something we're actually, I don't know if people would believe this or not, but I believe that spirits can actually travel through phone lines, and they can travel through electronic, because EMF readers there. I mean, so they would travel through you. And
they have ways of being able to go from one place to another almost instantly.
yeah, right. And that's what we would go. I mean, Jason was he caught this. He said it 3 or 4 times when he was doing his investigation. And actually Scott, when we was interviewing Scott, when he was doing his investigation part, it said it a couple of times. It said my name.
Yes.
And it whatever. At that time, I was sick, and I had actually a blood clot in my left leg, and something said leg, and it was like, whoa. So it was like something was actually reaching out from Waverly to the host.
Right.
Wait, when was this? The second night?
This was the second night.
Oh, wow. I guess I missed that part.
And, like you said, me getting sick like I did, I mean, I walked to the main room. Jeremy, I handed you the camera back over and went out and went over by some cars and actually started puking. And a security guard come up and thought I was trying to break into everybody's car. I'm like, no, dude, I'm over here puking. It's okay. And that's when I started to go back in. And then my sister right there grabbed me and made sure I was all right and whatnot. Yeah. So, because,
you just needed to be grounded.
Yeah, that was a different feeling, because I've never really have experienced something like that, so it was a non-feeling, it didn't scare me, but I knew something wasn't right.
Waverly is the kind of place that can do something like that to you. And Scott, so that the reason I ended up leaving that session is because the spirit box was hurting my ears.
Right, and right.
Yeah. There's something about the noise and the vibration coming from that just really bothers me. So that's why I have to excuse myself from those sessions.
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
What did you think? Oh, here. Put that one in. Put it in. Okay. Okay, you guys can ask me 20 questions now.
Okay, Ayden, I gotta ask you. How high did you try to jump when Scott came and scared you?
I don't know.
Man of many words. He's a man of many words.
You're on your own.
Yep. I mean,
I
it was
gotta
definitely a surprise.
tell you, you had great form. You really did.
He did.
Thanks.
That he did. That was the best jump scare I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, when I seen of Ayden, I mean, I didn't see much of him, but when you did, he was always, I mean, he was running around that place.
Oh, he was busy
Awesome.
all night. All night. I mean, right there by his dad's side. He was with you went with Gage a few times, didn't you, Ayden?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
It was so big and people were always on the go.
Yeah.
Always. In and out. I can't tell you how many times Jeremy came to that main room and was like, "Where's John?" And I'm like, "Jeremy, I don't know. He went that way 15 minutes ago."
I know. I was looking for John for a couple of times for something. I forget what it was.
I think it was something about one of the lives or one of the experiments you wanted to do that you wanted him to record.
I don't remember. I do know I had to track him down to get his phone.
Well, that could be too.
Yeah, because on the night that you were there, we were going live at 10 o'clock because we were waiting for Anne to do her show. Oh, no, Greg was doing the show, I think, that night.
I don't know.
Yeah, John said he was alone when that happened too, and he sat at Howard and Jeremy. I couldn't catch that. That was on the 4th floor. He said the moment he blacked out.
And you know, everybody did okay, or everybody had experiences in the morgue, Jeremy. I didn't feel anything negative or heavy there.
Yeah, I didn't.
I was
did that
okay
and
in the
I
morgue.
See, I wouldn't be able to corroborate with you on that one because I don't feel anything.
Oh, okay.
It is a rare occasion that I'll feel something, and last March in that tunnel was one of those rare occasions.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I want to know what Ayden thinks. You know, I want to know what
Yeah.
Ayden thought of his investigation at Waverly.
Yeah.
You was there. What did you experience?
I did the morgue too. I didn't really feel anything either. I did hear a tapping sound, but I think it was just a breeze coming in. I think one of the windows were kind of open. It was just a drift pushing the door open and closed.
Did you see any shadow play in there, Ayden, when you were in there in the morgue?
No, I didn't see any. Oh.
I think it's weird how different people have different experiences. Like you said, you didn't feel anything in the morgue area, and then somebody did, and I think it's just weird.
What was your favorite spot there, Ayden?
Probably the electrotherapy room, because that was probably the room we got most probably exciting evidence, I think. Because we were doing a spirit box session, and it was also the same room. I got scared. But the spirit box said not only my name and my dad's name, but also said Scott Smith's name, his full name too. And it said that right before he came in.
Interesting.
John said the same thing. He said the crazy part, he was I was just doing the second night photo shoot in broad daylight, and he blacked out, and he don't even remember taking the photos. So it does affect people in different ways.
Definitely. John went to sleep in the chair that night that I was there.
I usually get that, what they call that, investigation hangover. I get that pretty bad. I mean,
I think he fell asleep for like 4 hours.
Yeah, he was out.
He was laying on the floor sleeping.
I got a couple of good pictures of it.
Hey.
But Jason got me the night before when I fell asleep in that chair.
Pamela says, I think different people are sensitive in different areas or in different ways, and sometimes more open than others at times. Because like with John, I had near-death experiences also. And I don't have a psychic bone in my body. I'll tell you, I'm zero. But, you know, I talk to other psychics. Oh, everybody has some type of psychic ability. Yeah, I have the psychic ability of being hungry. When I'm hungry, I'll go eat. And then that'll be it. But usually after investigation, I'll get like that. I'll get extremely drained and where I can't do anything. I mean, it's just like you don't feel it at first.
Stuff in your house, Howard.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of an ability, right?
No, I actually caught it on camera. I showed, matter of fact, I sent some footage to Jeremy last night.
You don't have to be gifted to be able to see. If the spirits want you to see, Sydney, they're going to present themselves to you, whether you have a gift or not.
I haven't ever experienced anything, so I'm kind of jealous.
You will. It'll come.
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. You'll be coming to New Orleans in July.
You'll definitely get it at the temple.
Wait, what about July?
You'll be coming to New Orleans.
Yay.
Your investigation team is coming here.
I'm so excited. You have no idea how excited I am about that.
So we got to set something up for y'all.
I've
So
never been there, so you'll have to show me around.
Your team, we're going to take the team out and we're going to do it all.
Jason Walker says he got Jamie
How much of the
sleeping.
building did Carolyn get to explore?
She only hit, so like I said, she was in that death tunnel for less than probably 2 minutes. She got the surgical room, the surgery room. That's where we had that main experience. I don't even think, is that the second or third floor? Do you remember?
Second, I think.
I think it's the second, because then I think the rest of the team, while she decompressed, we went up to the third floor. And then we went back on the second floor on the outer section, like the lanai area, like the breezeways. And other than that, she didn't hit the high levels. She was so drained that she couldn't. She couldn't. So,
What about you, Dawn?
I went all over the place.
Did you feel anything, any type of draining or did you sense anything or any experience you want to share?
I was so overwhelmed. I thought I seen the creeper up on the wall and climbed down the wall on the third floor. I was looking for Bart when he disappeared on us, and we were all searching for him.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I got separated from whoever I was with. And I was by myself for probably 3 minutes, 4 minutes. They were out on the breezeway, and I think I peed a little.
I'm doing that as we speak, so that's all good.
Oh, that's nice.
should have invested in the Depends, Howard says we all need to wear.
I got a test sample one right now.
I kind of stuck those people after that.
I want to know. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dawn.
I found I was with John both times he got punched. And
why'd you punch him?
I didn't punch him.
You snuck him, didn't you?
Did?
Damn.
Man, mess with me. And then I was with Steven that time. He got punched too.
Wow.
He was kind of stepping like, he was walking like a few steps behind me or one step behind me, and we were walking down the hallway. He liked to scream out and like, you know, said something really loud, and I about peed my pants then too. And no, I was
This is like your first full-blown investigation you've been on then.
It was my first. No, I've been on team before, but it was my first. I just had done residential. It was my first popular
Public.
public
Popular location.
popular location, thank you, that I had ever done. And it was, I was just overwhelmed, and it was amazing. And I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to go with and a better experience. I mean, Adrian Hart, Stephen Woodard, Crystal Woodard, Jeremy York, Scott, Ayden, Tim and Crystal, you know, Rosie, Jason, everybody. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting somebody. You guys, John, you know, you guys are all amazing. And I was so impressed with everybody. And I want to, you know, mirror everybody. It was just so amazing. I suggest everybody, you know, watch Pun Network and get to know these people. These people are amazing.
You are too, though. I
You
mean,
are, yeah.
when we pulled up and we all finally got to meet each other, it was so awesome because it was just a huge family. You know, we're all giving each other hugs, even though this is the first time we've met each other, and goofing off and joking around. That was the most amazing thing. I mean, that was just, it was great.
Oh, I know. And your hugs, Scott, are amazing. But I'll tell you,
Ooh.
I knew I was in for it
Oh.
when I see
Yeah.
when you started humping Tim's leg. I knew I found my people.
Well, I got-
fair game.
I got 3 questions here. The first one's a personal question from me. I'd like to know how in the hell. Now, Sydney said she wasn't there. I have to call bull crap on that, because all through that building, it was all over spray painted on the walls. It was Jeremy's name every freaking place.
I gotta
But
admit
you
to
know
that.
she
I
was
love
in there
Jeremy.
marketing.
I heart Jeremy. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
everywhere. So I know she's fibbing about that. She probably snuck in when y'all, and she spray painted some things on that wall that shouldn't have been there.
Tell
But
him
these,
that was me. Tell me it was me. I did
I
that.
know
I'm
it was
sorry.
me.
It was me.
and then these other questions are coming from Bob Burnell. He's asking,
Bob.
has any of you got a set of floor plans to waiver for Waverly? And he would
I absolutely do.
in a record of the room to room
Wow.
shed, the most recent activity, and if there was a common experiences in those rooms there. And he's also asking John.
Yeah, I actually do have floor plans to the building. The original floor plans that they were used to build it. And every year I print off a set of them, and I start marking off areas where I want to start putting my cameras at, and some of the hot spots that I wanted to do with the audio time block. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do the audio time block, but I was able to map out what I wanted to do in the tunnel, and look it over enough times to memorize. Okay, we need to do this here, this here, this here, and again, Joe, Don, Scott, Ayden, that I thought that was a success doing the experiment in the tunnel.
It was a good experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good experiment, dude.
Yeah.
And then Carolyn Maynard, she was on here earlier. I don't know, maybe she had some technical difficulties or something that she couldn't come back in, but she's making a comment that Scott made me feel comfortable from the moment I met him.
Scott can do that for you.
Her internet froze, Howard. She messaged me. Her internet froze, so.
For all you people that think I'm weird, I am. Don't worry.
That's okay,
We'll
because
fit
you
in.
are
We'll fit
kind of
right in.
weird.
We'll fit right in. Because
We're
I get
good.
weird.
We're paranormal investigators. We're good with weird.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If you ain't
true.
weird, you
Very
ain't
true.
part of us.
Right.
But you have to throw in the freak part too. You have to be weird and freak.
Howard, I felt your romance.
I
It's
think
a
the
win-win.
I think the common experience everybody had was a lot of shadow play.
Yeah,
Was shadow play.
yeah.
I seen a lot of shadow play.
But there was a lot of orbs captured when y'all were there. I believe it was the first and second night. John showed us last night. But there was a lot of orbs that were captured in there.
I'm always skeptical about orbs because one, it is an open building. It can be anything. So no matter, I am always going to be skeptical when it comes to anything orb related.
Yeah, because I sent him a picture of a picture that I took of it outside, and it was a green orb, and I said I didn't know if up on the window, and I didn't know if it was and it's bright green, and I didn't know if it was an orb or if it was like a.
Was it a solid green, or did it look like there was some designs in it? Or
I'll send it to you, Howard. I'll send it to you. I couldn't tell. It's kind of.
I've captured some around here before, and I mean I have them where you have a green. It's sort of like a greenish or green orb, and it's a lighter green, maybe some yellow in it and stuff. And I mean it's an awesome shot of this orb that I captured. I mean. And it's not just green ones. I mean, I've captured red ones, yellow, blue. They come in all colors.
I caught an orange one time on my old team, and it was a orange one, and then it had an orb inside of an orb, and that I'd never seen one like that.
That's quite unique.
Wow, I wonder
Jason
whose
said-
messenger's going off.
Yeah, Jason said he's a future orb.
Sydney and Jeremy.
I don't know how to mute that on my computer. Please tell me
It's
how.
going off mine. It does it on mine.
It's doing it on mine.
Can y'all hear it every time it makes that like doo sound?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right.
So you need headphones because you'll hear it, but nobody else will.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. Scotty,
Should bring
I
it.
don't think we asked you the question. What went through your mind when pulling up to Waverly the first time?
It was dude, I was just like, oh my God. I mean, seriously, when we pulled up, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you know, like Dawn said, you see it on TV and whatnot, but it doesn't do it any justification. So when you pull up and you make the left turn like we did at first, I mean, you're going, I seriously underestimated this place because it was huge. But I was excited. You know, this has been on my bucket list for a long time, a place I wanted to go. And, you know, I didn't get to go last year as well. So, yeah, I was totally ecstatic, dude. I was excited.
Yeah, I think last year you had like a vacation freeze or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So, but it was just cool. And, you know, I got to experience it with the people I love and this dude right here, man. I mean, he's the best thing in the world.
I think that's awesome, Scott. I mean, I really do. Father and son team. I mean, I think that's awesome. I really do.
I love it. I know my two oldest boys, if they get a chance, they'll be wanting to come as well. I mean, Ayden, Matt, and Devin, yeah. I mean, if we were to call them and say, hey, you guys want to go do an investigation, dude, I guarantee it would be a Wilson investigation because the four of us would definitely be there. So
That's cool. That's great.
What about you, Ayden? What was going through your mind when you were pulling up to the building?
Yeah, I was super excited too. I was really thinking how tall it was. It was a lot taller than it really looks. Like it's like 4 floors, I believe, with the roof. Right?
5.
Yeah, it was super crazy. super big. It was super impressive.
And I don't like heights, just so you.
Yeah.
And so when I think the first room that we did was the nurse or upstairs, the fifth floor, and I'm like, ugh. And Aiden's like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, dude, let's just go up, man. Just don't look down.
I know what you're saying, Scotty. I'm afraid of heights too. I can fully relate to you on that one.
You know, it's just weird, you know, considering, you know, what I do for a living, or not for a living, but, you know, going up in a bucket truck and cutting trees,
Yeah,
you know, and
there
that's
you go.
55, 60 feet in the air. And I
Yep.
have a problem walking upstairs.
That's crazy because I was leaning over the edge taking pictures.
Oh, no, no.
So I guess
Corey said, "What are you doing?"
He's not afraid of heights.
No, no.
I am. I'm definitely afraid of heights.
Did you get up on the 5th floor and investigate up there, Dawn?
Yeah, I got up there though. I even got up on the roof, but I didn't go near
There
the
you
edge.
go.
Well, I got some
John
good
said-
pictures. I'm gonna have to share it.
John said he
I
cried.
really like about going on that roof is being able to go to the ledge and looking over
No,
scenery that's all around you.
Yeah,
no,
beautiful scene.
It is.
Who's
No.
saying
I
no?
got some good
Scott,
night
No.
pictures.
get it together, sir. You were fine. You weren't even tall enough to fall over the ledge. You would be fine.
Oh, Lord mercy. Listen, man,
You hear that crap?
man, that was harsh.
Man,
That was
out.
harsh.
And he didn't.
Care about
He
that.
was
Well,
looking over it. Ayden
Scott
did look
knows
over it.
I love him.
Ayden was looking over it. He's like, Dad, come here. I'm like, nah, dude, nah. Dad's fine right here, man. I'm right here. No, you do
Now
that.
listen, Ayden outplayed you.
And you know what? He a lot younger than me. Yeah. I got a lot to live for.
Uh,
I should have talked to Ayden, man. I mean, he seems like, yeah, he's a quiet type. I like that. He can get up
Yes.
there. Look, he would have. I'm still waiting on my gargoyle. I could have went to Ayden. I guarantee I would have gotten my gargoyle.
No, he probably would have karate chopped that thing.
Well, that's fine. I can do it back. I'll put some. Yeah, I'll get it fixed. It ain't a problem.
You
I'm
definitely
still
got
waiting
the
on
right form to be able to do that.
that's when you need some Gorilla Glue.
those gargoyles were cool on the building,
They
though.
were.
I will
I'm talking about I
say.
want one from the top. I wanted one from the top. I didn't want that huge one. I wanted one from the top, the nice small one.
Listen, I was right by one, buddy. Howard, you didn't say, Chrissy, I need one of those gargoyles.
I've
I'd
been
have
telling
hooked you
people.
up.
I said I wanted a gargoyle. That's all I wanted.
Well, he
Him
was
and Chris were down there.
to take one home with him.
I was
That's what I'm talking about.
investigating. I didn't know.
I'm trying to get me a gargoyle or a toilet.
Chrissy,
One of the two. I wanted a toilet out of there or a gargoyle. I
A
would have taken both.
toilet.
Yeah, I would
No,
have both
I
of them.
drove
Actually.
by.
I'm gonna get one of those.
I would've put the-
He's the master of drones. Haven't you figured that out?
I would have put that toilet in the front and with the gargoyle sitting right on top of it. It'd
You
be my
probably
front
would.
yard. And in the back of it, I'd have flowers growing out of the back of it and everything.
Toilet next to him.
we did get yelled at.
In a
Just so you guys
Louisville bed
know.
and breakfast.
We got yelled at by Ernie and them
For
on the
what?
second night during the tour.
What'd you do?
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
We went on, so we're on the 5th floor, and I'm not gonna lie, we were playing Pokemon Go. Okay, I was, okay.
Did you find any?
I was
Pokemon up
playing Pokemon Go, and I'm going after to get this Pokemon, and we get out on part of the roof, and all of a sudden, just Ernie goes, "Hey, get back in here!" I'm like, "Oh, my bad." Everybody's like, "We should have known." Yep, it was Scott. Yep, it was me. So, Ernie, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
So you didn't get your Pokemon then?
Nick came in just now and he says he wants to know if I want my gargoyle because he'll have one made up for me, a doll gargoyle, and I hate freaking dolls. I do. So Nick, you know that's the wrong question. No.
Well, obviously you don't want a gargoyle that bad.
What I really enjoyed doing was when I was giving you guys the little tour on the first night, and I was gonna take you to one of them nurses, those stone nurses. It's just that all of a sudden I was right next to it, and you guys weren't expecting that. I think Sydney jumped like 5 feet when I did that.
That was awful.
That not nice.
Can you imagine that being in your house and somebody actually snuck one of those big old stone nurses, and you're sleeping and you wake up in the middle of, well, you wake up the next morning and that thing's standing at your foot of your bed?
Dude,
Wake
that'd
up
be
in the
awesome.
middle of the night to hit the bathroom. And then
Yeah,
would-
put it in the
I would-
doorway with
I
the
would
red light
definitely
bulb.
shat the whole sheets, everything. Walls, it would be everywhere.
The diaper wouldn't have held it, would it?
No, it would have blowed off. It'd be stuck against the wall somewhere.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
that would be disturbing. And Andrew and
No.
Matt too. That would be very disturbing.
I would just have to worry about a spider. That's all my biggest fear. Like, man, I ain't playing.
I'm
around.
good with that.
I know Crystal was going to try to get you that night, but that didn't happen.
Actually, Crystal and Holly both tried to scare me, and it didn't work out too well for them because they didn't scare me. I was like, okay.
See, now y'all
whatever.
telling everything. Y'all shouldn't be saying everything because, you know, look, last night, I even said that at the end of the show. We're serious when we do these investigations and everything.
We are,
and
but you
we
gotta have
joke-
a little bit of fun.
We joke around, or, you know, in here, but we're serious when we do an investigation. And now you know, we're talking about shat on the walls and everything, and that
Oh,
ain't.
you're talking about shatting the wall.
Well, I'm talking about if I would have seen a freaking one of those stone nurses standing at the foot of my bed, I guarantee, Joe, the blue walls would be brown, baby. The blue walls would be brown.
Yeah, I wasn't talking. I was talking about spiders, man. I don't know what y'all talking about. I was just talking about spiders. Like, ew.
Ooh,
You know,
Lord
that's
mercy.
surprising. We didn't see a lot of bugs out, and spiders or centipedes or
You
any
saw
of
the
that
bats?
stuff.
You said you
No,
didn't
I
see a lot
didn't.
of bugs
Not in the building, no.
No.
because they had
That's
all
'cause it
them
was
bats in
dark.
there.
I did
know,
run across
it's
some
dark.
bats going up.
Also
Me and
bats.
Adrian did going to the 5th floor. Ran across some bats in the hallway.
Did y'all see a lot of guano?
Dawn.
See a lot
No.
of guano.
It was either Adrian or Dawn. We were just walking around, ran into them.
It was me. Remember,
Yeah,
I
okay,
put
yeah.
my hood-
I
I
know
put my
you-
hoodie up because of my blonde hair. I didn't want to attract them.
That's something to think about. You know, all those bats in that place, right? And they got. I'm sure they have a place. That's why I'm asking. Did y'all see guano? And that
No.
stuff. That stuff there is very. It could be toxic. It could be a
Very
hallucinogen.
dangerous, yeah.
It could be a hallucinogen.
I
So
don't
maybe
know
some of
where
that
they
stuff.
keep it
I
because where they
really
keep
don't
it
recall
for the
seeing
bats.
much.
They were just flying around in there. We didn't see any guano or anything.
Yeah.
No.
What's
No
guano?
pigeon poop.
Well,
no bat
it's
poop.
bat poop, Sydney.
Oh, that's
I mean, it was on the floor and
She was thinking it was one
areas.
of them diet drinks, guano, like guavo.
But there
I wanted to
there
catch one.
wasn't large quantities of it, Howard, and I don't know if they cleaned
But
that.
you're in a closed off building. I mean,
Yeah, but
Well,
there's no
yes and
window.
no, because you have that breezeway. They can
those
come in
back
through
rooms.
there.
Yeah.
Chrissy, I think if anything, the back guano would have been in the back rooms, not in the more open areas.
so Jeremy's telling me the bats go to the shitter to go do what they got to do.
Jeremy, what are you
They
smoking?
train
I
bats.
wanted to catch
Trained bats, boy. I
Listen.
got
one. I
to
wanted
some
to
of
catch
them.
one.
On the fourth floor by where all that where those windows were broke on the left side of the building. So the right side you had the breezeway, but on the left side you had the broken windows. You know that section, and I don't even know what rooms they were, but like there was like building material and wood and all that. Do you know where I'm talking about, Jeremy, on the fourth floor?
Which
Probably
one?
not.
I do.
At any rate, there was bat poop there on all that material that was laying there. I know because we were all trying to hide from Amanda. So we were ducking and crouching, and I was like, this is bat poop we are fixing to sit on.
Sorry.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
That area was creepy.
Dawn, you know where I'm talking about?
Yeah, that area.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Then it was closed off. Where all this lumber and stuff was at.
Well, yes and no, because there were some areas where you had the breezeway where they could enter, and then you also had broken windows on the other side of the building. So they had entrance and exit.
If you have them going into these closed rooms, and if they're doing it in these closed rooms, and if they're not getting it out of there, this stuff can actually build in that room, and it can just kind of the vapors can actually.
I mean, I suppose, but there's really not doors. I mean, it's basically all open faced.
I mean, I'll give you a good example. I'm trying to, in layman's terms, when you go to the bathroom and if you shut your door, and it's going to stink. Okay, it's going to be bad. Now, if you open up the door, guess what? That stuff is going to travel out into your bedroom, possibly, and maybe hallway in your kitchen and everything. You're going to smell it. Are you
saying we were high on bat guano? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think it might play a part in it.
I mean, maybe it did. Maybe that's why we're all having a good time. I don't know.
That was a very clean place to investigate. Very clean. Nobody smoking.
Nobody was like taking it, trying to.
Nobody slipping.
That's what I'm talking about. They were trying to hit that shit, hit that like a pipe,
Chrissy did have her vape, and I've seen her acting a little weird a couple of times.
Joe, just hush.
Chrissy, that's the area I got lost.
Is it?
Yeah, that area is creepy.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Yeah, we had a lot of shadow play up there.
That area scared the living crap out of me. That area is creepy.
And we did have a ball that they interacted with. So we had a ball that we put on the ground, and they did move it.
Was it a cat ball?
No, it wasn't a cat ball. It was just like a little kid's round ball. We did have cat balls, but we used those up on the children's ward.
Yeah,
there are cat play toys.
There are toys and balls all over that.
Cat play toys.
Because I got
balls, Howard.
No, because see, there was a big misconception last night about this cat ball situation.
I watched last night, sir.
That was play toys.
Howard, you are not going to win when it comes to Chrissy.
No, you're not, sir.
I know.
I just can't understand. You said, "Hey, for an hour of that show, I thought for sure y'all had cats in that place." Okay, male cats. That's what my misconception. I said, "What
did
the
you
hell
really think that we had cat balls like testicles?" Howard,
people add. You bring something into an investigation. People try new things all the time. Why not a cat ball? I don't know.
Listen, I'm willing to try a whole lot, but I am not taking cat testicles anywhere. I'm just not. I draw the line, sir. I draw the line. That's not okay, Howard.
I know it's not okay. That's why I questioned it. I thought that was kind of, cruel and humane. It's like, you just don't do that to poor little cats.
No.
They're going to sit down there and play with their balls on the ground. I said, look, they even said, we rolled the cat ball. I said, what the hell they doing with it? That ain't right.
To get mine, I never order off of Amazon anymore.
Oh my gosh.
And it lit up. I said, yeah, I bet you would light up. I mean, hell.
It lit up.
Something's going to light up, that's for sure.
Oh, there goes the ratings, Jeremy.
I know. I already said the family show's already gone out the window.
That was the first 5 seconds of the show, man. And that wasn't me. I was just like, what? This is a family show.
It wasn't me.
Really, Howard?
Howard starts it and he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me.
I have no idea. No, that was somebody else said something and I just said, this is a family show. I'll go back and
Howard, you are always in the middle of it when it goes haywire.
Oh,
Always.
that's all I got to say.
I watch all the shows. I know. Howard, you're always in the middle of it.
I got to stir it.
Howard is a common denominator.
I hit those hard answer questions. I got to ask those hard hitting questions because nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else is going to do it.
I got a new nickname for you. We're gonna call you Gator.
Gator.
The short for instigator. Gator. That's your
Gator.
nickname.
Gator. Instigator. Wow,
I-
that's
That
good.
makes
I
Have
like it.
sense.
t-shirts made.
I thought you were gonna call him cat ball.
in
Ball for
fact,
short.
Nickname CB.
Or you can call me Testy. Hey, how's it going, Testy?
These that light up.
Yeah.
there's your new name, Howard.
That is inhumane. That is. That's why I was calling them out last night. I said, no, you don't do that to animals. No, it's not
Do
right.
it to bulls. What's the difference?
That's right. That's just like Adrian coming in. You want to try some mountain oysters? What is that? And I've seen them before. That's not cool either. A slab. That thing was that big. I said, what the hell that come out of? I got to meet that animal.
Gosh.
And this is why I use an LED fidget spinner, because it's you can't mess that up, man. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. That was a cool idea. I thought that was awesome when you did that, Scott, with the spinner, the fidget spinner. I thought that was awesome.
Thanks, brother.
Oh.
That's my
Everybody
colleague.
brings something to the play. That's what I'm saying. People bring things to an investigation they want to try. I mean, it's experimentation. And when the balls
The
was
wrong kind of experiment.
no, that was drawing the line in the dirt.
Listen, I brought handcuffs and chains.
Now that's a different kind of club.
Yeah, that's a
mean,
different
Oh, wait a
investigation
minute.
altogether.
Ew.
That's a whole different type of another investigation.
Listen,
Big cities have those clubs. That's
serious.
Oh no,
Poor
I'm
Jerry.
shutting up now.
You lost control.
Oh,
Now we know why she
Dawn,
was
I've
in
lost
Indianapolis
control a
all
long
the time.
time ago. I'm just rolling with it.
somebody's
Then,
got to ask these questions. That's what I'm saying.
wait,
Somebody's
huh,
got to ask
then-
these questions.
Why did you give me that ball gag? Like, what up with that?
What is with that? I want to know what this is. What?
Who gave you that?
I can't.
Chrissy, was that you? You gave it to him?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Did you give that to Scott? Chrissy?
No, but
No, do not start with that, Howard. I did not put a ball gag in his mouth.
Now, what you gonna do with that in an investigation?
Be surprised, Howard.
We're working
my
on high
God.
pitched sounds.
I
And if you
Scott,
got that,
see
you're
what you
not
You might as well
started.
just go ahead.
high-pitched
You might as well
sounds.
go ahead and just say, "Look, I brought anal beads and everything else in this
Oh
thing."
my
I mean,
God.
I mean, I'm gonna
Chrissy.
leave that one alone. Scott,
And
Scott,
what do you
let
say?
it go. Let it go.
did you tell them what your side job is?
I did. I don't think Howard knows what that is. I sell pure romance, Howard. Do you know what
I know
that
what
is?
that is. Them women, I know. Them women they had these little parties. I know what that is. I know
Okay.
exactly what that is.
I'm innocent.
Okay.
I don't know this.
Joe,
I've been
look
to-
it up. I'll
I've been
send you
to-
my website.
Okay.
I've been to Tennessee, and that's all they have. You get on a certain stretch of road in Tennessee, they got fireworks and they
And
got
strip clubs.
porn shops. Porn
Yeah.
shops.
Oh God.
I said, what the hell are these people doing out here? I mean, fireworks and porn shops for I mean, about at least 40 miles. That's all you saw.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, man,
Why not, Howard?
Well, they're either screwing it or they're blowing it up, Howard. I mean, they know how to party. That's all I'm saying.
The Lion's Den.
You live
that's
in New
not
Orleans.
partying. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. What you gonna do with an M80? Really? What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna put that at? That's what I want. I want video. I want to see this.
Oh my God.
No video.
I have family from Tennessee. Now you behave, sir.
You going to went to Gatlinburg, but right there, which is beautiful, by the way.
Howard
It's
doesn't
beautiful.
know the meaning of behave.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Oh.
Just gonna say, he doesn't know how.
Okay, well, he's going to get the ball gag if you don't behave. That's all I'm
Ball gag.
saying. Scott's going to have to give it up.
I told you guys, I told you I was the sweet and innocent one. Y'all don't listen to me.
Oh, right.
But the bad part is I might like it.
I didn't say you wouldn't like it, Howard. Why do you think I sell that stuff?
And what's the name of that website again?
I'll send it to you after the show.
It's only a matter of time before we get shut down.
Yeah.
I think it might be time to put the
Hey, I did. No. I'm gonna tell you. For some
Brands
reason,
are going
for some-
overboard.
I'm gonna try to
no,
bring
no,
this
we're
back.
not.
I did this.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Yeah, that's a long stretch. Waverly to
Howard,
Eagle,
hello.
0 to 60.
There you are. I'm gonna start with you.
No, he didn't.
I know you already said that, talked about this last night, but I'm still gonna start off with you since you are on the show. What was your favorite moment or moments from the entire ordeal?
I'm gonna have to say the same thing I said last night. I like the toilets that were up there that blowed up. They were all blowed up. They only had the little parts, and that was at the bottom of it. Some of them had the hole, but they only had some of them that only had the little pieces. No, my favorite part of the show, the investigation. I was really intrigued about the my name being said in it and had something specific. And I'm probably about 18 hours away from Waverly. So that, to me, that was very intriguing. Rosie and Jason, when they were in that room, and it was actually the deathbed of the person that died there, and the stuff they were getting on their voice box.
Would that have been
That was
room?
Hmm?
Would that have been Lois's room? They were on the second floor.
Yeah, it was I think it was sisters or something that were sharing the room or something,
Yeah.
and one died.
That would be Lois. Yep.
Yeah.
Lois and Audrey.
And I guess the last one would be, the last one would be and I felt, matter of fact, when they started telling the story, I actually, my heart melted a little bit there. I mean, I opened up a little bit to that, was with the story about the drifter that was up there with his dog, and how these kids went in there and killed him and the dog, and the way they were actually making contact with him. I found that fascinating also.
Yeah, that was really sad. I didn't like that part.
But that's my take on it.
Okay. Joe, what about you? What was your favorite from Waverly?
The voices and the bell. I had two. When me and Phoenix were talking, and we thought it was the tour group coming through by where we go in on the side there, and there was nobody around, and then sitting there, lots of things, sitting there in that room. When me and John were just there, all kinds of stuff on the screen, and then when Nick was there, and Bart and all the equipment was lining up on cue, ask a question, make this happen, and it would ask it to stop, because it wouldn't just go off. It would go off for 10 or 15 seconds, and okay, stop, boom, that's it. So that was my favorite part, besides the food from that Bart provided him and his wife. It was
I want to go back and say this about this part. I mean, as hosts for these shows, and I think Sydney can, vouch for this, we only seen certain things. Now, what we might not have seen might have been a great part. We might say that would have been a great part, but what we actually saw that from what we, y'all's investigation, that we were actually brought in as an audience to see. Those are the parts that I saw that I thought was fascinating, and I thought were, excellent, captures and stuff like that. But I'm not saying that what John was doing, because I didn't see hardly John. I seen John a little bit, and that's when he was looking for the creeper. And we seen some of that, and that was fascinating. But I didn't see enough of it, because I mean, the evidence that John's been presenting, it's outstanding evidence. I mean, it's really great evidence.
Well, see,
but we wasn't there, so we
that's
didn't
the great
see it.
thing about these shows. Not only do we all get different experiences, but there's things that I didn't know, like Chrissy and her team experienced.
Right.
And it's not like, we talk, but we don't talk every day. None of us look close except for, there's an exception. But, you get to see, and then you hear the stories. And then, if somebody else goes back down there, they might be more interested in trying to go to this area or that area, because there's areas that obviously I didn't go to, and I went all over the place. or I didn't know the names of it for, like, you know, when Bob was asking about the blueprints, the layout. But it's just cool to hear all the stories and all that. It's such a big place and a cool place that this isn't even half of what everybody was, because there were so many people there and everybody got different stuff. But if it wasn't for Pun and you and other hosts like Jeremy and Scott doing this, it wouldn't get out there for people to see and to know. And that's what I like about these shows. You know, it's just cool to see and learn. You know, that's it. You know, good host, good programming. Little man over there watching on the big TV, sticking his tongue out.
Well, we thank y'all for watching. That's the thing. We thank y'all for watching.
It's just great stuff. You know, I only been in this for a year and a half, and I wish I had been doing this since I was 20, because I see how tight everybody is with everybody, their groups and their teams and their experiences. And I've had just good experiences. I know eventually I'll have some bad ones, but the community is so strong and so helpful, it's so positive. There's nothing more you can ask for. You know, we all know what the dark side of stuff is. We all know how to be negative. Well, what is lacking is showing support for others. And in our community, we get that. We get lots of people that will have your back, and they don't know you, and they're not asking anything from you other than to be honest and be a decent person. And that's what I like about all this. I love it. I mean, research, going these places, but it's the people. The people have changed my life. It's not the investigations. It's the attitude. It's the tone. It's the friendship. It's all that made me a better person. You know, some people got shitty because of that para-unity. To me, this is what para-unity is. It's the barbecue we did. It's being on a podcast. It's sharing. It's having each other's backs. So to me, that's para-unity, and it changed my life.
I don't call it para-unity. I call it para-family. That's what I call it.
Well, exactly. Whatever you call it, it is. We're a tight network, you know, and I know whoever I'm with, wherever I'm at, they got my back, and they'll notice if I'm like out of my character, or if I'm feeling sick, or if I'm being too excited and too loud. You know, they'll tell me to shut the hell up, and that's good. That's what family does.
I think I did one time. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, you told me that a few times, you know, but I'm not going to bring it up to 7 times.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty transparent. It's okay. You can call me out.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You know, how can it get better? You know, this is it. For me, this is, you know, you got your family and you got your wife and kids, and that's magical itself. But to have this too, it's the lottery for me. It just is.
I agree with you, Joe. Like, investigating with you at Waverly was awesome, but going to Crown Point, and I know it's just a whole different subject, but just being able to investigate with you, even though I got you and me in trouble for that jail door thing.
Yeah, that happens.
You know, and you're right, dude. I mean, it is the people that we're with, the people we investigate with, and just how we interact with each other.
Yeah, and it's the
thing you
host.
just said is amazing.
At these public places, it's the host, Ernie and his wife, and that other lady. Both nice, awesome hosts. The ladies and the gentlemen at Crown Point, you know, these places, they do a lot of effort, they make a lot of work, they volunteer all their time, and they're not salty about it. They're not asses about it, you know? So it's just amazing. You know, for me, it is, you know, every place I've been is something happens, you know, something, whether it's a scent or a sound, maybe not much, but it's always the people. I've met Ernie and Jason Herod, you know, from Kentucky up there at Randolph, you guys, Chrissy's team, you know, Holly's team. I mean, so many people I've met, and everybody is helpful, you know, met Dawn. I mean, and then put all the faces to names. You know, we all talk on Messenger, but now I got a better idea of who this person is and this person, and they got a better idea of who I am and what they can joke about or maybe not say. You know, so it is a huge family. I can go on about this all day, Howard, because this is a beautiful part of something tragic. And it is all tragic, make no mistake. But it's the people, you know, that make it special, beautiful. And hopefully the spirits see that. Maybe that's why they talk to us more. You know, obviously they talk to John a lot and chase him around because they think he's a piece of meat, but they were all over him. They were. The girls at Waverly, he'll never let that settle. I will tease him about that forever. But it's great. If anybody says it isn't, or is, you know, you're around the wrong people. It's simple.
Absolutely.
Sharing, being courteous, polite, positive. Not too many things you do in your lifetime take you around them kinds of people. It's hard, at least in my lifetime. You know, and I appreciate, maybe that's why I appreciate it so much. You know, the effort of everything, you know, the upkeep of the places, the buildings, the friendships that get formed, the joking, the laughing, the teasing. You know, that's the most important things about all of this for me. I got well-named places under my belt, not enough, but I got a few. But that's not what made them special. It's you guys that are on this tonight, and the people that were on last night, and all the people on Facebook or Messenger we talked to. That's why paranormal is so special for me. It's just good peeps. You can't beat that no matter where you go in this world. Ugly's everywhere. Finding beauty is much more difficult nowadays. And there's beauty in this tragedy. Thank you and good night. Drop some mic.
I felt like I was on the episode of Dr. Phil. Like, man,
Right?
I did too.
Tell me, Scotty, how do you feel about that?
I wanted to look at you and go, cash me outside. How about that?
No.
I'm sorry, Joe.
That is good. I like that.
Annoying.
It's all good, brother. You know it is.
Dude, Joe, you're an absolutely amazing guy, and you absolutely just killed it on everything that you said, dude.
I believe it. It's just not words. If you live it and you breathe it.
I can definitely relate to you on that, you know, because if it wasn't for the paranormal, I really don't know where I would be right now.
I'd be in bed.
We're not talking about tonight, Scotty.
But this is Friday night, so you're not allowed.
I'll remind you that Thursday.
Oh, see, you said bed, Don John, and see what you started, Scotty.
But definitely being able to meet a whole bunch of people and some specifics too. So paranormal, it really has changed so much.
It's not just people, it's like-minded people. Because who in the hell, I mean, you think about it, this is not cheap doing this stuff. I mean, it's a very expensive hobby, if you want to call it a hobby.
I call it a lifestyle.
There you go.
I agree. Yeah, definitely a lifestyle.
I don't know if I would say like-minded people, because Howard, I don't know anybody that thinks like you and I do at times.
You hump legs, so that's all good. I mean, that's your
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm
You
not
know what?
noticing that.
Throw this out there. I'm going to throw this out there, Scotty and Howard. I think you two should have a show together.
There'd be nobody wanting to come on.
Hey, you never know.
Serious out because
You never know. Hell, I'll be your first guest. I don't care. But I really think that you two should have your own show sometime.
We would get shut down in the first minute.
What's that, Scotty?
I don't know about that, Scotty. I don't know about that. We had the Pitre dish in the beginnings of it for 3 months, Jeremy? We did that, the Pitre dish before we converted it, reformatted it.
I want to say that we started the first week of December, and we changed it after 4 or 5 shows.
Nick Moulet said he would come on.
There you go.
My brother.
Well, Nick
no, that
used to us too.
No, Nick's a hell of a guy. He's very knowledgeable and all that, but we would lose Nick in a heartbeat.
Probably. Okay.
That's not a bad thing, though, Nick. You know.
Okay, so moving on to Dawn.
Huh?
What was your favorite out there at Waverly?
Definitely meeting everybody, and the hotel kind of got you primed because I seen Shadow in the hallway, and then driving up to the place and it being so massive, and then feeling the love and that Ernie and Denise put into the place.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
wanting the true stories to be told, and doing all the research, and getting all the false stories and all that dispelled, and finding all the actual the truth, and settling all these spirits down and letting their true stories be told. So the love in that place is just amazing. Yeah, it is overwhelming, but that just made it 100 times, worth it, because I hate to drive. And I drove there, and it was supposed to be a 5.5 hour trip, and it took me 7. So it made it all worthwhile. And Joe could not have put it more, in better words. The family feeling of meeting everyone, and the welcoming feeling. And when we all sat outside at the hotel and ate and joked around, and Adrian and I were dancing, and it was so much fun. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would. And I can't wait until next year.
Did you get that on film, Adrian dancing?
Yes, somebody did.
I want to see that.
That was one time where it was the line dancing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody did, but I don't remember who it was.
Well, depending on where that was, my trail camera might have captured that, but that would only be still pictures.
No, it was at the
I'd love
hotel.
to see that.
It was at the hotel where the feast was.
Oh, the hotel. Okay, no.
It was at the hotel.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Just, sitting in the rooms, talking and joking around and having fun, to just like Joe said, all these people that I've talked to, on Messenger, and I've watched on these shows all these months, and just, having a chance to meet them and be around them. And it was a dream come true. It was so much fun. And I owe gratitude and thanks to each and every one of you guys. I would have never met Joe, and it's just, I never would have met many of you. And it's amazing. You guys enrich my life in so many ways that I have good friends that I could call at any time if I'm, ever down, or just for a positive word, or, anything. And I know that. So thank you guys so much. It's just, I feel like I'm definitely a part of something special. So
That's something that I do like about this group of people, because we know how to build each other up.
oh yeah, and I'll be there for anybody, any one of you guys, at any time too. So
I know that.
Because I know that a lot of you guys have been there for me when I've gone through some of my dark times. Okay.
Dawn, are you going to Kansas?
me,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try. I lost my job right after I come back. I was a nanny, and I lost my job, and I am in the process of looking for one. It's kind of slow going right now.
I bet.
So,
Well, Dawn, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are unable to go to Kansas, I'm going to stop by Peoria on my way there so that I can give you your boo buddy back.
okay.
That way you can have that thing back. It's just right now sitting very patiently on top of my counter.
But you thought you lost that forever, huh?
And for a second there, I did. But then when I found out Jeremy had it, I was really, really relieved.
Right.
Yeah, I got things from several people at Waverly. I got your bear. I got Adrian's jacket. I got Steven's hoodie.
Yeah, you didn't give it to him yet?
Damn, man, you just a klepto.
When I get out there.
Oh, man. I ain't leaving none of my shit around you.
I don't want none of your shit.
Man.
But whenever a bunch of people get together, things are bound to get left.
Oh, yeah.
You better be hiding that toilet seat.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to autograph him, too.
The thought of sitting on an autographed toilet seat is not exactly.
Hey, it's ought to be an honor. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Your ass on my face. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, we're back to that side of the discussion again.
Okay, moving on. Chrissy. What was your favorite part?
Oh my. So I guess I'll just go with what everybody else said. I mean, just the connection that we all had, Jeremy. I mean, everybody was so friendly, so welcoming. Yes, we all knew each other, whether we had seen each other in person, been to other events together, or watched each other on Pun TV. Just the connection that everybody had. And honestly, I probably had just as much fun at the hotel as I did at Waverly. Just that constant connection, because every time I went out to the gazebo, there was at least 2 or 3 investigators out there, and we could all just chat.
Yep.
And it was fun. I mean, so it was laid back, it was relaxed, and so we're not just investigating together, but we're connecting with one another. You know, we all ran off when you guys went to Waverly the first night. We all ran off and did that cemetery, that Confederate cemetery,
Right.
with Scott Smith and Tammy, and that was cool. I mean, that was fun. How we all just said, okay, well, let's go do something. Let's have fun. And of course, it's got to be paranormal, because that's fun, right?
Right.
But
Of course.
It's a requirement.
yeah. So, I mean, Waverly was a great experience for me. I definitely want to go back. There's definitely a whole lot more that I want to dive into. But like I said, I think that would take days for that place to truly experience and absorb everything that's there. But I'm thankful for everybody. I'm thankful for the opportunity to get to go. Our team had a great time, a great experience. And like I said, the hotel was fun. It was a great experience.
It was a good experience. It was yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
And I had a loaner car, so I didn't get the ticket for going across the bridge. Wabash Valley Chrysler did. So it's a win.
Dale.
Wow. Man,
So
Lord
my
of
team
mercy.
got their tickets and I didn't get one. And I said, that's because I had the loaner car. So Wabash Valley Chrysler must have got it.
That is brilliant, right?
Yeah, it is.
Now, see, when I came, the bridge was not charging.
What are you
So
guys
you didn't get a
talking
ticket?
about? 'Cause I drove straight across and I didn't see anything you had to pay for.
They mail it to you.
Yeah.
It was flashing. It wasn't flashing.
Huh. Well, maybe it's only certain times.
Maybe it's just they don't like you.
I came.
I didn't get one, Joe. Wabash Valley did, sir. Everybody loves me. Don't make me smack you through this computer, sir.
I'm sorry.
Todd, what time did you get into town that night?
Oh, I got there at what, 3:30?
Did you come across the main bridge, though?
Yeah, 65 straight through. Or
Don,
31.
did you?
I took 65 to 31 and there's only one way through to Louisville.
Yeah.
I took that last exit before the toll bridge to avoid the toll.
And I got the toll because that's the same one I took.
See, yours came in the mail the same weekend Corey's and Amanda's did.
Yep.
I drove my
Wow.
stepmom's car, and she never got one.
Oh.
I'm blaming it all on Jeremy. It's your fault. You should pay my ticket.
Freaking outlaws, man. Listen at y'all.
I mean, I think how much was the ticket, Scott? How much was the
I might have
toll?
to evaluate. I might have to evaluate my friends here.
Oh, stop
$8.
it. You
Bunch
love
of
us, Howard, and
outlaws.
you know it.
It was like $8.
I'm sure Wabash Valley ain't never going to give me a loaner car again when they have my car.
Right. Maybe Ernie gets a kickback. He calls the state, says, yeah, I got 60 people showing up. $480. I need 150. I invited them.
Oh.
Okay, Sydney, you're next. What was your favorite part of the whole thing? I know you were only on a panel for a couple of hours, but you watched all of it.
I think like all the different, like hearing the backstories and everything and all the experiences that y'all had. Just, I don't know, it sounds cliche, but everything, the whole experience. And I was super jealous of everybody, but in a good way. In a good way. But yeah, it was, I don't know, everything. I didn't like hearing about the homeless man with the dog. I didn't like that part, but everything else I liked.
Why didn't you like it?
It was sad. Like, who does that? Who
That's
goes
a lot
and messes with the homeless?
tragedy. It was a tragedy. It's a tragedy, and all tragedies are sad.
Yeah.
Most of
And
your
there's a
hauntings
lot
are
of
sad.
tragedy in
A lot of your
Paramount
hauntings.
Field.
A lot of hauntings are sad.
Yeah. And the entire period of Waverly Hills, and even when it was Woodhaven, it was just a sad thing altogether, that entire building.
That was the retirement home part, right?
Woodhaven, yes. That was the last 19 or 20 years that the building itself was actually open in operation.
And they neglected them, weren't treating them right.
Neglected them, abused them, I think. And that's why they got shut down in 1982. Yeah, 1982.
One of the clerks at the hotel we were at, her grandmother or great grandmother, she was little, she said, was staying there, and they knew about the abuse being done to the elderly there. They said it was horrible.
And
so, yeah,
that's
the locals know a lot about that place.
I've seen some documentaries about that. They showed photos and stuff, how they mistreated them.
It's all over the country, though. I know we're not here to talk about it, but anybody that's had elderly parents or grandparents go into a facility, we all got horror stories. There's nothing good. There's good people there, but not enough.
Get out of watching.
Let's just leave it at that.
Well, not just that, Joe, but all the state hospitals. That's why they shut all those down. Was because of the torture and the experimentation, and just, it was awful.
Lack of knowledge, the wrong prescriptions, the wrong drugs, you know.
Yep.
It was horrible, all that.
It is horrible.
How did they get away with it for so long, though?
Money, in my opinion. They're connected to the state. The state wants to get rid of people. The federal government doesn't want to deal with it. See, a lot of people don't know that during the war, the reason a lot of these people went to some of these homes is because the banks foreclosed. The men are off at war. The families were getting subsidiaries that didn't meet the needs, as if when the husbands were there working, and the banks repoed a lot of the veterans' homes. That's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And so the wives and children went there, and when the guys from war, if they had money, kind of, you know, something foundation, they came back to a place. But after World War II, their families weren't at those homes anymore, and they didn't own them. They had to restart and rebuild their life again. After all they've been through, it wasn't enough. Our government, not our government, corporate America, the banks foreclosed on a lot of properties.
Yeah, Sydney, they got away with it back in the day because basically it was the people who had suffered from disabilities and mental illnesses. So even if they were to get free or to tell family or loved ones about the abuse or neglect, nobody believed them. So it was swept under the rug for many, 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 many years. And it's sad.
That's very sad.
It is. It is. It's horrible what they allowed to go on.
And the ironic thing is, a lot of that actually gets imprinted into these buildings, and what we go and investigate.
Yeah.
Would that be like the energy? Because I've been told, like skin cells, energy, tears, all that gets seeped into the cement or the wood. And
it is. Have you been to Randolph, Joe?
Oh yeah, I went to that lady with the dolls in that room.
Mm-hmm.
I was with Ernie and Jason Herod and Pac-Man Paranormal and After Midnight at Randolph. And I got so warm in her room that I took off my jacket, and it literally felt like I was at my mom's or my grandma's house. I got so comfortable.
Yeah, and that's just it. The presence of the spirit that is with you and how they react with you is what you're going to feel. And I mean,
Okay.
that's just, it's like Jeremy said, it's imprinted, it's ingrained into the building.
Yeah.
Those, the good memories, the bad memories, the painful, the torture, whatever happened is going to remain there. The energy
Because
stays.
it was 28 degrees, and for me to start getting too hot to wear a jacket and just sit there in my t-shirt for an hour, and then I got tired. I just felt comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hit that comfortable spot. I was like, man, I'm gonna fall asleep in here. I'm warm. I'm content. It was weird.
Yeah.
You know. But okay, well that explains some things then.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm done.
Okay, Scotty.
What?
Oh, come on. You're never speechless. Get the gag and let's
Hey.
go.
Hey.
Hey. I loved it all. I really did. Meeting everybody, and especially the first night. It was really awesome going to a place that I've always wanted to go, you know, but it really was just about meeting everybody. I mean, it was so awesome. But and I know you're already thinking, Jeremy, and it is for me, besides investigating with my son and of course my peeps from Wabash, was me seeing Jason, my battle buddy Jason Wright, for the first time in 23 years since we left basic training. Getting to meet up with him and see him and investigate was just, it was amazing, you know. I mean, that was just freaking awesome, dude. It was like being back at basic, just talking, and yeah, I wish I would have had more time with him outside of investigating, just hang out, but it was freaking awesome, man.
How did that happen? Did y'all, like, you're an investigator and y'all just got together?
Well, me and Jason, we've been friends on Facebook for a long time, and he used to be part of a team down because he lives just across from Louisville. So he was part of a team, and I had posted about going there and whatnot, and he's like, hey, you think I might be able to go? And I'm like, you know what, let me ask my buddy Jeremy. Jeremy's like, yeah, dude, bring him along. And so I'm like, yeah, dude, absolutely. So
How could I say no to that? You haven't seen him in over 20 years. How
yeah,
can
dude,
you deny that?
you know, and I am absolutely grateful and in debt that you allowed it, because dude, you made this happen, Jeremy, for all of us both nights to get together. You made this happen, dude. You know, so if it wasn't for you, a lot of us wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to meet each other and hang out and investigate. So
that's the truth,
dude. You set it all up, you know, and I'm, like I said, I'm absolutely thankful because I got the chance to do both nights because of you. You know, you could have said, no, you ain't going first night, you know, and I know me, I would have been like, okay, but you're like, come on, man, you know, you got a heart of gold. A lot of people don't see it. I see it more often than some, but you do. And like I said, I'm thankful. So
You probably
Makes me cry.
What'd you say?
Said he's gonna make me cry.
but you'll be all right,
Probably
Buttercup.
do it more often, Scotty, because you're probably around me more than anybody else. Maybe except for Tim.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do because Tim and I work together.
And you got a weird relationship. I don't know what it is.
Kind of weird, really.
What
What kind of weird relationship was that?
Just go with it and enjoy.
It's like, hey, is that kind of relationship?
No, it's weird because when they get together, Tim's playing with Jeremy's hair like
I think like he kind of
That's
wished
what
he
I'm
had
saying.
some or something. Yeah, I think so.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, crazy.
All right,
Welcome
so
back, Chrissy.
I have to
Thank
ask Jeremy, what was your favorite part, brother? You
Yeah,
set
he's
this all
not
up, but
talking at
what was your
all.
favorite part?
I mentioned it last night that I had 3 favorite parts. There's actually, you know, during this whole thing, there was another part that I have to add to it. One of my favorite parts was doing the whistle experiment at the time. It was an idea that I had, and I was expecting people to be kind of, I don't know, that's such a good idea. But no, everybody wanted to be a part of that. And I could not be more thankful that they believed in me enough to test out.
Yeah, whistle.
And to my surprise, the experiment was a success. I thought it was a success, and Chrissy, you would have enjoyed that one, but we only did that on the first night.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorite parts was when I was with Corey and Gage, and we were walking on the second floor. Corey was taking just random pictures while we were walking down. We were walking down the breezeway of the first wing, headed towards the middle. And Chrissy, you know all about this one.
Yeah.
I think Scotty, you do too. I don't know if we really talked about that.
Scott had left. Scott wasn't even there when that happened.
Yeah, because you remember after
Yes,
I ended
that's
up going
right.
outside getting sick, I think I left like 35 minutes after I ended up getting sick because I
You
was just
did.
drained.
That's right. I forgot about that. So Corey was just taking random pictures, and we were walking towards the middle wing, and he actually caught something at the pillar that was like it was hiding behind the pillar as the building turns. So I went right after it. And when I got there, I looked off to the side and I saw something just dart across one of the rooms. So I ran through the closest room to me to try to head it off into the hallway, and it was gone, whatever it was. But that was just a cool experience.
And the photos that he captured, Waverly actually shared on their website.
Yeah.
He needs to put them up. Those are amazing captures. Amazing.
Yes. And then the third favorite that I mentioned last night was actually during my segment on the live show Monday night when Howard was on, Sydney was on, Greg, Jan, just doing that, walking around the building and telling stories throughout the whole thing. I don't know why, it just felt so refreshing for me to do something like that instead of just walking around dark corridors and talking to myself. But it felt like I was in a way actually educating people on based off of my knowledge, even though most of the stories that they wanted me to tell were going to be incorrect. But yeah, and then the last favorite part that I had was actually on the roof. The first night, it was a conversation that I had with Steve, and that conversation actually, in hindsight, actually helped me out thinking about what direction I wanted to go on certain things. But that's more of a personal level.
I wonder what that was about.
You'll never know, Scotty.
No, I'm sure I can guess. Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
But yeah, I did set everything up, and it was such a wonderful thing having so a across the 2 nights, we had 10 teams represented from all different areas of the country.
That's amazing.
That's awesome, dude. That's absolutely amazing.
I mean, we had people from Texas, New Mexico, Indiana, obviously.
Illinois.
Yeah, we had Illinois,
Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, it was just awesome being able to have 10 teams come together for a private event. And like I mentioned last night, yeah, you have all of these public events where you have people from 30, 40 different teams. That's just a public, and that's where anybody can come in. This was a private event where it was almost, I don't want to say by invitation only, because it wasn't necessarily like that, but it was still a private event where it was just us.
Right.
And having everybody come together like that for one event and being able to do shows like that, like it was a big Hollywood production. It's just cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, and when you think about like, and I gotta give this dude props, and I always will. The way John did pictures and video of everything, dude, and yeah, it was just like Hollywood production, man. I was like, oh my god, like who's this dude?
Mhm. John is a perfectionist. He is a perfectionist. I gotta give him that.
Drone pics of the Waverly gives
I
a
want to
good
throw this
view
out there.
of how large it is.
I forgot to state, I apologize, but Oklahoma was also represented in that as
Oh,
well.
Rosie.
Oh, Oklahoma.
Rosie. Oh, you forgot Rosie and Jason.
Sorry, Jason.
Oh man.
He caught it though.
Oh,
That's okay, Jason. You can get me when we come out to the temple.
Yeah, he will. I'll hold you down. I'll let him just go at you.
You don't even have to hold me down. Jason is able to get a picture of me sleeping, so I'm sure he's going to be able to do something.
yeah, that's
I
true.
might want to hold you down though. Hey.
The show just took another left turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was just awesome being able to share this event with so many different people, and most people that I had never met before, and some people that I had yet to meet.
Oh my god, this isn't the love connection.
Talking about Howard.
Uh-huh.
No, Howard, Sydney, Greg.
Yeah.
I was thrown in as a decoy.
Woo!
You're the decoy, all right.
I can see Jeremy
Hey.
eyes beaming
Hey.
to Scott on the screen. Like, shut up, Scott.
Well, look at Scotty. He's got stars in his eyes.
Sheesh. I'm looking at Howard. He's a tall drink of water.
Is this meaning we're going to take warm showers in the wee hours of the morning together?
Oh my god.
Say what, Jeremy?
You may say that about Howard being a tall drink of water, but you got to remember he is in the swamps.
Swamps, baby, swamps.
That's true.
And he wears depends.
Yes.
I was in the army, so it don't matter.
Give him your phone.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was just an awesome thing that so many people come together for one event like this, because Waverly Hills, I mean, honestly, it doesn't get any.
I agree.
Waverly Hills is the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
It's the WrestleMania, baby.
Yep. That's how I described it to Howard. This is my WrestleMania.
Right on.
Yeah.
So if that's your WrestleMania, does that mean we should sit down and talk about having a Royal Rumble somewhere? Maybe.
I wouldn't call it a Royal Rumble because that's going to be like, hey, so that's not a good name for.
Oh, goodness.
Or you don't want me dressed up as Gold Dust? Is that what you're saying?
Gold dust. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
That, yeah.
Irene, the reason I'm
does.
probably looking pale is because I have this light right up above me. That's shining bright on me. So, Irene, I'm feeling okay. If that's what you're worried about.
He looks pale. He does look pale. The Adonis' skin is fading.
I'm so hoping to be able to go a whole show without hearing that word, Howard.
The Adonis.
Yes. I was
That's how
really
you-
hoping to go a whole show without being called the Adonis.
I think he likes the name.
Yeah, he does. He likes it.
Nickname.
The
Nothing wrong
Adonis.
with
It's stuck.
that.
He's got that. That's
Until
lifelong.
Howard says it, then when Howard says it, it gets twisted.
Yeah, they don't get that twisted.
Oh, but
Anything involving you, Howard, gets twisted.
They won't even. I'll tell you what. Jeremy could pass away, and on his tombstone you'll see Jeremy York, and like, who the hell's that? And they'll have the Adonis. Oh, I know him.
It's not gonna. I don't want it to get to the point where I have to have that on my headstone.
Yeah, they'll be there.
too late.
It's ingrained,
That's a
Jeremy.
given. That's a given by your friends, Jeremy. It's going to be on there. Even if we just glue a name tag.
Well, I have been called worse, so I guess I'll live with that.
I got called
you,
that this morning.
Stephen,
I mean, that's all good to me.
Yeah, that all started with Steven.
The Adonis.
Joe, can I have your dog?
Oh, you seen her?
Heck yeah. I don't know if you know, I'm a dog groomer, so.
Oh, Irene, I like that comment Irene said. Female spirits are draining the living essence from him.
Oh my
see her now?
God. What? So
How'd that go,
cute.
cameras? Come here.
I love Rotties.
Oh,
Oh,
she's a great dog. She just turned 5.
Female spirits are draining the living essence out of me.
That's what I read that. Yes, yes.
I should have touched it.
And that's not the shampoo either. They suck in your soul, baby.
Well, I will admit I am very tired.
That's what they do.
I only got 3 hours sleep last night. I was up until after midnight, even after I got off the line with you, Howard. And then I only got 3 hours
up?
the night before that. I was up after midnight.
You sleep too much.
I am tired.
You
maybe
sleep too much.
Yeah.
you shouldn't be talking so much. Maybe you should concentrate on your sleep.
Plug my phone in.
The past 4 days, I maybe got about 5.5 hours sleep in 4 days.
You're holding your phone.
So you can relate, Howard.
Okay.
I know exactly where you're going from.
And I'm trying to get through 2 12-hour shifts. Not the easiest thing in the world.
Exactly where you're coming from.
And then, of course, you
Soul suckers out there.
Yeah, I don't get that. You're gonna have to go more into detail on that one.
All right. It's 10 o'clock.
It's talking about a succubus, baby. It was a succubus coming in that house.
Ain't no succubus or incubus allowed in this house.
But you don't know.
They are
her.
here.
Go to Scott's house.
What happened behind closed doors? We ain't questioning that.
True that.
That's your business. That is your business.
And
Succubus,
then
incubus.
you and I have that party to go to tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go to
Rest,
that.
brother. Shoot.
And then I'll be going out to dinner.
Dinner. Listen to them. Dinner and a movie and taking a little extra me time, huh?
Oh, actually, tomorrow is my wedding anniversary. So.
Oh, you better make that
Aw.
shit special.
You didn't tell me
Oh,
that,
hell no.
Scotty.
Nah.
Hey, that's his business. That's why it's his business.
What?
Why you gotta be busy in all of somebody's business?
17 years. So 17 years.
oh,
Rest, brother.
That-
Yeah, I know, right? Me, of all people, really?
Is it like
You
So
think
is
I'm
it-
crazy? She has to put up with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
That's what I'm
Scott,
learning.
I'm
Yeah.
at 0.
That could change.
It could change, but I'm at 0.
0 what? I didn't catch
Years.
that. Oh,
Don't worry about it, Howard.
I thought it was sperm count. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God!
I didn't catch it. I was like, I was reading this. Don't forget the roses, Scott. I'm reading all this stuff. And Jason's going to watch The Conjuring 3, and I heard 0 count. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That's normal. That's what we're talking about, Howard. Sperm
You are
count,
not
you
allowed
know.
to think
I
anymore.
was loving everything. I was just like, that's where my mind
You
went.
know what, Jimmy? I think I might have to. I'm gonna look into that idea
So
that
tired
you
of him.
suggested.
Oh, my goodness.
I will
That's
talk
my-
to Howard later this week.
Oh,
his face.
Oh man.
Well, I'm going to a Nelly concert tomorrow. So
A what concert?
Nelly,
Who's she?
Still doing
my
music.
the
God.
guy.
Nelly is a he.
So,
By the way,
he called it. Oh my! It's like John. It's like Johnny Cash, I guess. A boy named Sue, I guess.
Right.
Whatever.
Slipknot and Kill Switch Engage is coming to Indiana
I
October 1st.
saw that.
Oh, the concerts are back.
where are all these concerts at? Where's yours at, Chrissy?
Terre Haute.
You
To
playing
what?
there?
Terre Haute. It's in Indiana.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
You know where Turkey
way
Run?
down.
Do you know where Turkey Run is at, Joe? Turkey Run State
I
Park.
know Terre Haute.
Yeah, that's where it's at. It's an
Okie
outdoor
dokie.
concert. It should be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the weather should be nice from what I understand.
Yeah, Low Cash Cowboy is the opening act.
I don't know.
A what?
It's been about 1.5 years since I've been to a concert.
Who's opening that?
Low Cash Cowboy.
Well, how the hell they got in there if they got no money?
What music do you listen to? Because we just went from rap to country and you don't know neither? Now listen, sir. I'm
I'm
gonna
too
need
busy.
you to-
I'm too
What do
busy.
you expect?
I know some swamp music.
Oh,
Lord, they got some.
you know,
Listen.
Lord.
What kind of music do you like?
Like
What kind
Tab
of music?
Benoit. Tab Benoit. He's badass.
Who?
What?
No, you probably listen to some of that Deliverance crap.
No, when I hear that kind of music, I'm out of there. I am
You
out of
do.
them woods so fast.
No, don't even play me, man. I know better.
Hey, you know me.
Hey.
Gosh,
They go running.
take the wheel. I just can't.
It's a mixture between Deliverance and Deer Hunter.
Oh, Lord. Oh, it ain't the PG version either.
Kelch of Shawshank Redemption.
We keep going far left every 30 seconds.
Oh,
So
30
we done talking
seconds.
about Waverly now.
They don't take. That's a long
Now
time. I'm
into
tired. I'm
other
getting
things we're
slipping.
interested in.
30 seconds. Oh my
I
lord.
feel like I'm back on an episode of the Pitre Dish.
You probably are.
No, I'm actually tired. That's why I'm just whatever comes to mind. I'm just throwing it out.
You weren't even planning on
Well, it
being
is
on
after
tonight.
10.
Just throwing it out there. I like the older rock. I like the old rock. I like the old rock. I like that kind of music. I'll listen to some modern stuff.
When you say old rock, I'm gonna need a
I don't
band,
know.
sir.
I don't listen to the rap.
Led Zeppelin.
AC/DC, Nirvana.
Nirvana is not old rock.
That's old
It's
rock.
90s.
I went to a Nirvana concert. I know that's old rock.
You don't know. Yeah.
I'm old.
At the time, it was modern.
Probably was.
30 years
How old are you, Howard?
I'll be 53.
He's a pup.
I'm 43.
Old
He's like, you best not ask me because I slap you through the screen.
dust. It's dust.
Listen, I dare
Dust.
you to try to slap me, Joe.
Sydney's
Oh,
the
you didn't
baby
listen to
on
what
the show
I
right
said.
now.
See? I don't dare do that. No.
I'm not the baby.
No, you don't.
Uh-huh.
I might be the baby.
You're the baby.
Oh.
How old are you, Sydney?
32.
You the baby.
Yeah, you a youngster.
Yeah.
I got kids your age.
Hey, is
I'll
Ayden
send you some
still around?
Pampers.
Thank you.
While I'm getting my Depends, I'll send you a pack of Pampers.
Oh
You
my
never got
lord.
what his favorite part was.
You're the cute little baby.
Yeah, actually, we'll take some Pampers.
Yeah, out of the blue, you hear a voice.
Take some Pampers.
Yeah, she is the baby. Isn't she adorable?
He's a cute
Oh
little
my
baby.
God.
Oh, look at her hamming up now.
I'll claim
Right.
that title.
What do you want?
Jeremy, where's your beef stick at right now?
He already ate it. You didn't see him?
Yeah.
Why are you thinking beef stick, Howard?
Howard, you look like
Oh, I mean gator.
What happened?
They're
you go
busted.
to bed.
Oh, I am. I got the grandbaby here now. He's in the room giving Jackie hell right now. I can hear him.
He's
Give
so
him all that
cute.
chocolate milk.
I
I'm
saw him
standing
earlier.
here. That's why I'm sitting in here. I've raised babies.
why
I
you
know
don't
what that's
wanna-
about.
Uh-oh.
Aww.
Speaking of baby.
Okay.
That was a good screenshot of the ceiling.
All right. Scott, you said that you needed to go, right?
I want to say, oh,
What happened?
What?
Lost it.
Mr. Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. What the hell is a
got it.
It's Scott.
Get back over here, you little leprechaun.
Unmute your, there you go.
The boss was talking to me, okay? What?
boss? The supreme boss.
You hear that?
Oh, listen
That's
to
right.
her. Don't you
Right.
forget it, sir.
She got a
She's like,
freaking
hey.
spoon. She'll beat
That,
the
that was
shit
the
out of him with
17
that.
years she was talking about earlier.
I will.
And then she'll come driving down to your house with that same spoon. Beat his ass with that spoon and come to your house and beat your ass with that spoon.
Ooh. Hold on.
I'm good. I'm too far away. That's where I can do this.
I found her.
Oh, there's his little doggy.
This is no little doggy, okay? This is 100-something-pound dog.
Aw.
Wait, what is that, Scotty?
She is a bull mastiff Vessela.
So
Yeah. She thinks she's a lap dog.
Yeah, I
On
know. I
me.
got pit bulls. I got 2 pit bulls.
I'm
They
a
think they're
freaking
lap
midget.
dogs.
Oh wait, I'm a little person. I ain't a midget.
You're a
You're a
leprechaun.
midget.
Dude, what? Okay.
He's raising that thing to ride to work. Leave him alone. He's trying to save gas.
Right?
That dog is bigger than Scotty is.
Yeah,
I'd ride
she
it.
literally
If
is.
hey, I let him pull a
She's-
sled.
She's taller. I don't know if she's taller, but she outweighs me. Which don't take much.
Well, there's a shocker.
No.
It's on
And
his
no, before
back.
somebody
He
asks,
disappears.
no, I ain't
Also,
telling you how
your
much I
printer
weigh,
just
so don't
started
ask.
printing.
Junior high kids weigh more than you, Scott.
Oh,
That's
Scott's a
some
big
bull
man.
crap.
It's not bull crap.
I'm gonna
This
tell you
guy
something
couldn't
about
even
Scott.
wrestle
I'm
a
gonna,
weight class for high school weight classes.
I'm gonna tell you something about Scott. Scott might be a little physically, but he's probably the heaviest in heart than all of us.
Absolutely.
I would have to agree with that.
Absolutely.
I
He
don't
has
know
the
about
biggest
that.
heart and cares about people. You, don't make me hurt you.
Because Scott and I had a little heart to heart when we were at this party 2 weeks ago.
I don't know.
You the one I got drunk at?
That was how I knew you were speaking the truth, because you were drunk.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even plan on that.
Yeah.
I don't even like pina coladas, but yeah, I drank 2 pitchers of it,
Oh my.
Yeah, he was.
and I was after the beer.
Oh yeah, I gotta get him definitely to Louisiana. I'll get you some Hurricane. Yeah, just
But-
it tastes like Hawaiian punch. You love it.
Mm.
But no, Scott was actually
You won't be able
complaining.
to stand up, but you'll love it.
Howard. Scotty was actually complaining to me about being the recipient of Appreciation Night, and he was going on saying that it should have been me, and he was saying certain things as the something that only friends would say. And after he said one certain thing, I looked at him and I was like, that is why you deserve that Appreciation Night. You remember that, Scotty?
No, I was drunk.
The Pina,
You know,
Pina
Jeremy-
Coladas were listening that night.
I have always told you from the beginning that you've never given yourself as much credit as you deserve. Okay?
You're
For
hard
everything
worker.
you
That's
did.
damn sure. You do
You
a
know,
lot. You do a lot. You do.
Bringing me back out of retirement to be on investigation team, to agreeing to do podcasts with me, everything that you do for everybody, getting everybody to Waverly, dude, you do so much, and I'm just me. Okay, I'll make y'all laugh and feel good about yourselves, but to me, that shouldn't have been about me. That should have been about you. You have a heart of gold. You take care of the paranormal so much, and how you reach out to do things and get everybody together. As much time as you put into it, dude. You should have been that guy, not me. And that's just
We're planning one. We're planning one for Jeremy. We're planning a depreciation night for Jeremy.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Hey.
Hey.
And I'm
You know-
your entertainment.
Oh,
It's
Lord
not-
have mercy.
Did you? It's
Jeremy, I'll have a whole bunch of dollars.
It's a It's a depreciation night, not appreciation.
I don't
Depreciation.
take dollars. I take quarters. I don't take dollars. I take quarters.
Damn, you
Where are
high
we
paid.
sticking the quarters?
2 and all.
I get
Hell
paper
yeah.
slips that says I owe you.
And I quote, $20 is $20.
Hey, that's right. I'm not.
Yeah, I heard that story about the
$20.
$20.
No.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Okay. Well, no.
Okay, this hot dog is burnt now, baby. I
Right.
said we put the hot dog on in the beginning. Let's cook this thing. Now it's burnt. We've been on what, 3 hours and something?
Thank you, Jeremy.
About 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, seriously, Howard, don't worry about doing it. I don't need it.
That's not appreciation. It's depreciation. You must have missed it on the hood. I'm trying to tell you, it's depreciation, not appreciation.
Depreciation.
Depreciation. Yeah, we'll have a little. We'll have a little something for you.
Okay.
Oh, even look, Irene's into it now. She said weenies on there. She didn't put some weenies on there.
And she also said 35% proof.
But she wants to send me some moonshine.
Her moonshine.
Some Japanese moonshine, man.
Boy, that ought to be interesting.
I know. I don't drink, but that'll be something.
No, but you'll take some of that, won't you, Scotty?
What?
And then
Some
Oh,
moonshine from Japan. No?
Nope.
some of that stuff man, it's stronger than gasoline, man.
No,
Sweet
no,
shit.
no. You know the story about I'm gonna say this. The tutu, right? I mean, your tutu.
Yeah.
That was because of moonshine. No, I ain't touching it. No,
Oh, we're spiking his punch then.
So,
Was you wearing pants?
no.
Was you wearing underwear?
No.
Oh, you was freewheeling it then. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Don't mess with my tutu. Mess with my tutu.
That's what happens when you go to biker rally parties. And
It's a great story.
thanks.
She says I gotta go visit her first in Japan. I gotta go
There's
to
pictures.
Japan.
start planning that, Irene.
Video.
video.
Yeah,
Okay, so how about we wrap this show up?
absolutely. Oh,
Get
me?
that hot dog burn.
Okay.
Y'all the
Thank
host.
you guys so much.
Thank you,
I'm not the
Jeremy,
host. Howard's the
Scotty,
host.
and everybody.
Not a host. I just came in. I crashed the party.
Well, thank you all for coming on to the show.
You weren't planning
Howard.
on being on tonight, Howard.
Yeah.
I figured you wouldn't because you had your grandson with you.
I was actually on the Causeway Bridge when Jeremy was calling me. He was about maybe 10 minutes away from the house.
Yeah. Okay. So I actually had to look this up on my phone because I had completely forgot who our guest was next week.
What?
I did.
Oh, okay.
So our guest next week will be the Wicked Wiccan Sisters. They are
Ooh.
they're actually a more of a local team. I think they're about an hour away from Fort Wayne.
So Auburn, Angola, up in that area.
It's more
Closer towards-
out west.
That'd be a good
Out
show.
west. So towards Van Wert, Ohio.
That's east.
That's
That-
east.
Oh. Okay, my bad. Shut up. I'm a guy. I don't know directions. So anyway.
Nicole is one of the ladies that's in this group. I talked to her and she told me where she's from, but I talked to her while I was out there in Vegas. I forget what city they're from, but they're not too far from us. I think Chrissy, I think Jeff is the one that got them for us for Perry Unity. Because they're going to be setting up at Perry Unity.
Okay. And you said her name is what?
Nicole starts with a G.
Gail.
I'm pretty sure it's something that I can't pronounce.
Georgette.
I mean,
Gobstopper. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there, baby. I don't know.
Stopper.
Anyways.
Trias. Gutierrez.
What?
Like that.
I don't know.
Gutierrez.
This guy, I don't know. I don't care. Right
I think it's a Mexican.
You mean a Spanish person?
I was saying Mexican. What you mean?
That's what I'm talking about. That's kind of racist, isn't it? He said that shit kind of racist. Man, you want to talk about? Man, look, I might talk some shit, but I ain't racist, man.
What did you say that group is called, Jeremy?
Wicked Wiccan.
Wicked what? Wicked?
Yeah.
Wicked Wiccans.
Cooper, I need.
I just messaged him. I'll find out if he's awake. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, but they are our guests next week. They wanted to come on to the show. So they will be our guests next week. That should definitely be an interesting thing. They make stuff. They make stuff.
So do they do the crystals and protection stones and all that,
I think they make
like essential oils?
What do they make?
Make Ouija boards too.
Ooh.
Oh, they're Satan's spawns.
I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think they do. Nicole and I talked for like 2 hours that night.
They're from Akron, Indiana, which is right by Rochester.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
okay.
I'm sorry.
So that's like 35, 40 minutes from me.
One of my teammates is thinking about doing that. Actually, start making Ouija
That
boards.
is roughly at about an hour away from where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's over by Rowan.
Yeah. Past Rowan.
Well, yeah,
I'm
but
gonna have
like
to message
15
her and
minutes.
make sure that they are still good.
You argue with me,
so that
sir.
we can actually have a guest next week.
Check your Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat.
What are you doing on a Snapchat?
Don't even start, Howard. Don't even start.
You're looking up on that thing.
Anyway.
Scotty, TikTok is where it's at.
Right,
Well,
dude?
we got TikTok too.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, anyway, yeah, next week, our guests are the Wicked Wiccan Sisters. So, that should definitely be an interesting show. I'm looking forward to that one.
That'll be a good show. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for all you guys tonight, thank you so much for being on with us and putting up with Howard shenanigans.
Yeah.
I want to get with Chrissy. I'm serious. I want to get Chrissy on as a guest.
Oh.
Seriously, no, I want to talk about haunted sex toys.
Listen.
Wouldn't
Now
that
I
be a
know
good
this
subject?
show has to be PG, but there have been specific locations that we did take specific items to.
Oh, Can
That's
I
what I'm
co-host?
talking about. This,
To
this,
get interaction. Oh, and I'm keeping it PG, Jeremy. So, I mean, I'm just
Oh,
saying.
we're beyond that point now.
PG,
I do have something to add to this story, but I'll wait until you're done.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I almost got a burlesque. I'm getting a burlesque dancer on too.
No, we have.
No,
I mean,
seriously.
we have taken handcuffs. We have taken chains. We have taken whips. We have
That's what I'm talking
taken
about.
negligees. We have taken all kinds of things.
There's a lot of emotional ties to that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there is.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm saying somebody dies and it's grandma's old, hey, it's something.
Hey, just because she's a grandma just don't mean she ain't a freak.
That's right. Pipes are still working. Hey, go for it. That's
Y'all
what
need
I'm
to
saying.
stop.
I'm saying.
Let me tell you what.
Guys get hot. Look at them.
Okay, next week, Scotty, we are changing your name to Scotty Too Hottie.
Yep,
No, but I'm even talking to a burlesque dancer to come on because some of the places you can't go and investigate a lot of these theaters and stuff such
Right.
that they're all in business and they're in the backstage. They see this kind of stuff constantly, and that's why I want to get. Actually, I had a couple of them already tell me things about what's happening in the backstage part with things moving and things that have been seen and the stories. Since New Orleans had two major fires that came through, it like burnt victims that had actually seen these things, these entities. So that's why I want to get one on here.
I would love to come to New Orleans. I just think that the French Quarters are beautiful.
We did that investigation at the voodoo shop. Did you see that?
Of course I did, Howard.
Gabe just posted some video of that with the orbs and everything. It was crazy in that place. It was absolutely crazy in that place. We was running out of I was changing batteries out fast as I was putting them in. That's how fast they were draining batteries out of everything.
You'll have that, especially at locations like that.
So it's crazy.
And the thing that I want to add to some of the items that Christy was talking about.
Chill out.
And Sydney, I think you'll know this one.
She knows that them things that we're talking about. Sydney would know about it. This is going to be good. Hold on, let me get the record button.
She was watching the show. Okay, she was watching the show. And Renata's show a couple of weeks ago when they're going through the alphabet.
Oh, the dildo.
Ooh.
Somehow somebody mentioned dildo. I don't remember who it was.
Probably
It
me.
was you,
It was
Jeremy.
not you, Scott. Huh?
It was Jeremy.
Was it me?
Yes.
I honestly don't remember.
No, it wasn't you.
I don't remember. So somehow somebody mentioned dildo. So I just went on this whole thing saying next week on the Paranormal
Go to bed.
Network with Anna and Renata, we will be talking about haunted dildos. After the show was done, Anna had sent me a link to a book that was talking about haunted sex toys.
That's what I want to do a show about. I want to do a show
listen,
about that.
do you know how much feeling and passion could be put into those? I'm just saying.
I know. Now even men, look, now they got Bluetooth in them things. They got all kind of stuff.
They got remote controls. Yeah.
Waterproof. Just saying.
Yep. Most of them are waterproof.
They'll play your favorite song. They even play your favorite song, dude. They didn't get them to play your favorite song.
They can with that rhythm on the song.
That's gross.
No way.
And this is exactly what we need.
Salt and pepper. Push it.
Scotty, I'm going to need you with me on this one. Time to close out the show, Scotty. Right?
It's been fun, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having me on.
Everybody and talking again.
We'll definitely again at some point next.
Viagra. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm
That's
just
gonna
going
be
by
my
what
sponsor.
Irene said. Just too much Viagra.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
So until next week, if it's paranormal or beyond, Scotty.
We got it covered, and it's hard.
It definitely went beyond.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Take
everybody.
care, brother.
Bye. Good night.
Night, ladies.
Oh Lord, they're
Thank
gonna
you,
kill us.
ladies.
They're gonna